bench tight. Breadstick locked up, they call it a crime. Breaking free, it's about damn time. Walls of steel, hearts of stone, but no breadstick dies alone. Run, 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 young Twigger, run.
He looks so left out.
Prison lights, but you're
Ooh, I didn't realize you guys could hear me
not
soaking
done.
breadsticks.
Breadsticks call the only sound. Freedom's fight, they're breaking ground. Chains on the wind, they rattle and cry. Breadstick whispers, let's defy. Guard shout, boots hit the floor. Twigger kicks down the iron door. Blazing lights, alarms will scream, but we're living the outlaw dream. Run, 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 young Twigger, run. Prison lights, but you're not done. Breadsticks call the only sound. Freedom's fight, they're breaking ground. Run, young Twigger, run. Prison lights, but you're not
Oops, wrong camera. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know if there's any audio issues. I did a bunch of stuff to switch it over, change over some things so that Breadstick would be able to hear TTS because he's been feeling a little left out lately. He didn't get to hear the theme song today. There was a few little things he had to go over, but welcome to Lolcow Aussie. I'm here with my best friend, my son, Breadstick. Breadstick, where are you at? It's not showing him. Oh, I messed up more than one thing, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let me get back to that. Let me try that again. 3, 2, 1, boom! Breadstick, you still willing to wax body hair? What are we willing to do tonight? What should I leave up there and what should I not leave up there? Breadstick, stop trying to troll me. Breadstick, I can literally see myself lighting up green. Can you not hear me? Breadstick, come on, dude. What are we doing? Are you kidding me? Guys, I can't tell when this dude's trolling me or not. Breadstick. Come on. What's going on here, buddy? What about now? Can you hear me now, Breadstick? Oh my gosh! Can you hear me now, Breadstick? Guys, I can't tell if he's trolling or not.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, we got it all fixed, apparently. I can't tell if he was trolling me or not. Breadstick? Talk! You're killing the show!
I can hear myself.
You can hear yourself.
I can hear myself.
What do you mean you can hear yourself?
Oh, wait. Now I can't hear myself. It's your fucking headphones.
It's your headphones. You got a problem, dude.
No, your fucking headphones.
All right, let's get into it. We got a lot to talk about today, Breadstick.
What do we have to talk about?
We've got some drama that nobody really cares about in the LCU, you know, blah, blah, blah. Who cares? You know, cool, very cool. We've got Tyler Oliveira. I don't even know how to say his name. Apparently, he's racist now. All right?
Who's that?
He's like a YouTube journalist who goes, what the? I'm going to lose it, Breadstick. I'm going to lose it. He's a YouTube journalist who, goes to all kinds of different places, different cultures, gangs, poverty. He went to Epstein's Island to investigate. He does a bunch of stuff. Um,
And he's racist.
but yeah, he's racist because he covered an Indian festival called I don't even remember what it's called. I'll have to look that up in a second. But we'll get into that. But what we need to know is, chat, should we cover all of that and then bring JC Johnson in, or should we just get JC Johnson in here right off the rip and have him cover all the content with us? It seems like they want JC Johnson. I think the
Bring
chat
him in,
wants
man.
JC Johnson. One's in the chat if you want him immediately. Two's in the chat if you want us to cover our content. All right, because we're willing to go either way. Woo, 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 woo.
Ones or twos.
Talk louder, breadstick. Let them know you're
Ones
here.
or twos.
Ones or twos.
Woo!
Just get him
Need to
on
get
here.
one of those stands,
all right,
man.
breadstick. We're gonna have to get him on immediately. That's what it looks like. All right. So
Cool, bring him in.
I will go and make that call. I'll be right back, breadstick. You'll be getting a call shortly.
All right.
All right, here we go, guys. Here we go. This is it.
You fucking left me.
This is the moment we've all been waiting for, ladies and gentlemen. This is the call.
I got
Give me 1 second. I gotta get the scene switched over because now that it's in a different Discord call, it's gonna be a different. I'm gonna have to try to do this without leaking any DMs because I'm very good at that. You know?
We don't want that.
No, we don't want that. They might know all the saucy messages we were sharing back and forth. All right, Jason Johnson, you got a camera, brother.
Yes, of course I do. I'm about to turn my camera on because I know the rules.
All right. Just making sure, stuff, shit happens. There he is, the man, the myth, the legend. Can you turn your camera sideways for us so that we get a full portrait view? It might have to turn off auto rotate. Yeah, it's a.
Yeah, I may have to do that if I can get my phone to cooperate. I've been having trouble with this damn phone, and I'm not happy with it.
Oh, what kind of phone is it?
It's an iPhone 14 Pro Max.
An iPhone 4. You got a better phone than I do, and it's garbage? There you go. Look at him. Look at that guy. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been waiting for him. We've hyped this up for a little while, but this.
My camera should be on. I don't know why it's
Oh,
not
we can
showing
see
me
you.
on.
I can see you.
Oh, well, I mean, I can see my picture.
I don't know what's going on there, but I can see you. I would say loud and clear, but I can see you. What would the right wording be for that breadstick?
Breadsticks, can you see me?
Huh?
Breadsticks, can you see me, or can anyone in the chat see me?
They can all see
What?
you. They can see everything I can see, so they all see you.
Yeah,
I don't know what
so-
Breadstick
I
got
can
going on.
you-
Breadstick did a weed edible before stream that fucked him up
It was bad. It's still
dramatically.
bad. I'm good.
But you look happy. You
I'm
look
doing good.
stoked. Look at that big old smile. This
I
is
am
the angry
happy,
guy we see
and
in
I'm
our
doing-
chats.
No, I'm doing better than I was.
I'm actually about to go outside in the backyard because everyone's fixing to settle down and whatnot.
Yeah,
and
you don't want to wake them all up or annoy them or have me screaming.
I'm staying at my parents' house until
Dude, we know the story. You're
Until-
staying there. You got to get that inheritance, man.
I gotta get stuff going for me.
Yeah, no, I get it. That's a good angle right there.
Gotta get stuff going for me. I gotta get it to where I gotta get it to where I'm where I need to be.
Nah, it's no problem. The chat's happy to see you. Chat, can we get W's in the chat for JC motherfucking Johnson? All right, this is gonna be an interview format. We're gonna interview, but also we might as well go over some content with you so that you can be our guest host for today. It'll be more than an interview.
Of course.
And we don't have
I did.
time.
I also did tweet. I just tweeted out, that I was going to be going live with you guys.
You seem so much friendlier than you do in the chats. Everybody, sometimes in the chats, we're like, "Oh, JC Johnson's angry. He's gonna be coming in here like,
Yeah. I suppose everyone, I could smoke a cigarette while I'm online with y'all. Or?
Yeah, you can smoke a cigarette. The only thing you can't smoke is weed. You don't do
Yeah, I don't
drugs,
need
do
none
you,
of
JC
that.
Johnson?
Ain't no way.
You said there's
He
no
is a
way he does
sober
drugs. I don't think he
individual.
does drugs. I was just asking because if he does, he can't
No.
do them on stream. It's cool to do. I mean, if you
No,
want to do that.
I don't do drugs.
Breadstick used to
As
sell
far
them.
as like the serious ones that you can get in trouble for, I don't do those. I mean, I do smoke the green, but
You smoke the devil's lettuce, the Peruvian parsley, the
yes,
Himalayan
but I
hemp.
won't do that on stream.
No, yeah, don't do that
No,
on
we ain't
stream.
doing that on stream. So, have you been
Yeah.
keeping up with all of the shows, or what shows do you primarily keep up with?
I
What's your
primarily keep
poison?
up with Queens,
Mhm.
of
Go
course,
figure.
Aussie and Nuts, and I will
Oops.
keep up with Bus.
Bus.
You know,
Why? Because they got
yeah.
Scooter over there?
No, it's not because of Scooter. It's because well, I haven't been watching Bus lately, but I've been watching Bus. You know, because Mike was on there, and of course, Sweet Tea. You know, she's on there, and she's teamed up with you know, the AGP community. So I support Sweet Tea.
So anybody who has anything to do with the AGP community, you got them.
I will
You'll protect
support.
them. Well, it's not just support.
Yes.
You'll protect them, all right? Because you're the guard dog, dude. We're gonna start calling you Ozzy's guard dog.
Yes, anyone that is involved with the AGB community, because I love that community. I will support them and I will protect them and defend them at all costs.
Hell yeah. Well, I know you. I've seen that video. That video you made of Copper, dude. That anytime I'm trying to explain to people who JC Johnson is, that is my go-to video. It's so good. It's artistic. You know what I mean? It's very artistic.
Yeah. People,
Yeah.
I know a lot of people have tried to say that I'm in love with Mike and and trying to sit there and say that about me, and they don't understand because I went through a lot of hell in my lifetime.
And he made it easier.
I mean, right. And I mean, back when I first started watching YouTube, and when Boogie was on YouTube back in 2006, I started watching him. And
Hell
then
yeah.
following up to, I went to a private boarding school in St. Louis, Missouri. When I was there, I was being bullied mercifully by like tons of people that run that school, faculty, teachers. I mean, you name it. Anybody that had anything to do with that school, I was severely bullied to a point that I was going to jump out of a 2-story building window.
Now you don't want to do
And by
that. Plus, at 2 stories,
right.
like that may not even be high enough to do anything other than put you in a wheelchair for the rest of your life. And then you definitely won't
Right.
want to,
Right.
Not that that's
And then
a good point to make. I'm just saying, I've seen it,
Right. And then by the time
they still live.
2010 hit, when 2010 hit, and I came across AGP's channel, and from that point on, I looked at AGP as a father figure because my bio dad has not been in my life since since birth, and my stepfather, who I do love very much, we never really bonded much, so I didn't really have much of a father figure.
Well, I mean, it can be hard to bond with a stepdad. So I don't know what time he came into your life, but you probably had already developed your
When I was
personality
like
and
maybe
all.
14 or
Yeah.
13,
dude.
somewhere
Yeah,
around
that's
there.
hard. That's hard because you've already established yourself. All right. Now you have this other person coming into your life, and they have authority over you, but you don't really know them. It's kind of hard to build a bond. I get that.
Right. And
My dad has a perm.
I do love my stepdad very much. He's been a great father. I'll give him that. He's a great father, and he still is to this day. But I do and did look at AGP as another father figure, and I looked at Mike as a big brother because I've never had a big brother. I've always been the big brother.
Yeah, no, I get that. Now, JC Johnson,
and I still
the chat wants us to sing, right? All right, they want you to sing. So, I don't want you to sing for free for them. All right, we can't do that now.
Right.
Now, it would be unfair for me to get you to sing and not give you anything. All right, so we will work out something. I'm sure we can get like some kind of gift card. Everybody shops at Walmart, right?
Right.
I shop at Walmart. I also shop at
No,
Marshalls.
I do have streaming equipment that's in the shed here, but and it's pretty nice. It's expensive, but
It's all in storage, unhooked up.
it's in storage right
Yeah.
now because I'm not at my place. And now the deal with my current, soon to be ex-husband, the deal with him is he did some things, throughout our relationship that were not ideal, that could possibly get him in trouble.
Yeah, he's
but
that big
I was
boy,
kind
right?
enough.
The one you were telling me about, the
Yes,
big guy. Yeah.
Yeah, the one that I sent you a photo of, that's my current one.
Yeah, he a big
And
boy.
yeah, he tried to have me killed by a friend of his son, who is possibly going to prison for the action. And my current ex threw me out of our house and has been trying to keep me from it, knowing we both own it. And I'm actually here sooner than anyone thinks. I'm going back to my place and I'm going to deal with him.
Yeah, that's a pickle.
Oh yes, it is a pickle. And I was
big
forced.
pickle.
I was forced by his hand in the court to come here and stay with my folks. And I've had a rough issue with my folks here, but that's in the past now. But the day that Mike was on here with you and Steak and Taylor, well, I don't want to really say her name. My sister, my twin sister, when she said what she did, she basically utilized me as a threat to him, and that's what I took it as, that she's using me as a threat to him. And I did not like that, because I would never in a million years of my existence, never.
I don't mean to interrupt, but I have to make something work real quick. So I just want to let you know what I'm doing before you finish that story, and then you can get back to that story. But I'm gonna try to get Albert up in this bitch.
Okay.
All right, because I know you love.
Oh,
Albert.
I love Albert.
This is a private call, so any hosts that you want up here, if you request them and they're in the chat and they want to hop up, I can add them to the private call. That's no problem at all.
Of course.
I don't think I'm friends with Albert on Discord though, so you'll have to give me a second. Albert, if you can, send me a friend request on the Discord. Let me go to this. Let me see. I may be friends with you. Add friends.
Well,
Albert.
I don't know. I have sent him a request, and I've sent Mike a request, but I don't get mad when they don't. If they don't accept requests or they don't message me, I don't get mad at that, because they're busy.
Most of the hosts only are friends with the hosts on Discord. That's just
right. And I totally get that. It's and y'all have to be friends, in the Discord, because y'all work together.
All right, so JC, you got any questions for Breadstick? Because he's new here and you've been watching for a while. Or any advice for Breadstick? Anything like that?
So Breadsticks, my dear friend, how are you liking being a co-host with my favorite host, Twiggy?
I like being Twiggy's co-host. He's the best there is, best there ever was.
Absolutely, and he has got talent. Boy, does he have talent, and I recognize talent.
Yes, sir. Yeah. All right, let me get Albert up in this hoe. All right, we are ready.
And while you're doing that, but yeah, when my sister said what she said to Mike, I took that as.
What just happened?
It's gonna make you reload your camera. You had to reload your camera, but Albert's here. It made a new call, so that may not be showing up on the OBS.
So this is a literal monumental moment right here, JC. Do you understand that, JC Johnson?
I do.
I'm tempted to call Mike right now. I'm tempted to call Mike. We got to get Mike in here. Add Mike to the group chat.
All right, here's what we'll do. For $20, I will call Mike's personal phone number and get him in here. It's been a while since I've done that.
Dude,
oh, yes.
Dude, this is Mike's. Dude, Mike needs to come see his little brother, bro.
He needs to, bro. He needs to.
He needs to come see his little brother.
Hold up. JC Johnson, the money's coming in. Fernando DeSoto, welcome to Band World. And then we got Web Tech Simplified for $2. Says, let's go, JC. Big fan. You got fans in the chat, brother.
Yes.
JC.
JC, so you and I have talked a little bit, but I don't know the history here, man. What did your sister say that you keep bringing up?
She personally messaged Mike on TikTok, and she told him that I was stalking him, and she said that I would kill him in his sleep, which I would never do that in a million years. I would never show up at his house like that, ever. I would not show up.
Of course not.
Was there any proof?
I'm sure he's got the messages, and so does she. And I asked her to show me receipts.
No,
She has
not the proof that she did it. The proof that you were stalking.
I'll be honest with you. Listen, I'll be honest with you. Mike probably has a million TikTok fucking messages that he doesn't check. You ain't got nothing to worry about with that.
Right.
Mike probably knows nothing about what you're talking about right now.
Well, I mean,
no,
I
we
do have
had a
the clip,
comment
but,
left on
you
our
know.
channel about it.
Yeah.
But I don't believe that. Like, what motive would you have for one?
I
mean,
believe
that guy,
JC would break into Mike's house and give him a hug. That's it.
No,
I would stalk Mike. There's no way he could run away.
Like I said, I absolutely respect the hell out of Mike. He's been, like a little, like, a big brother to me, and that's the way I feel.
I get that. I feel the same way about. Well, I feel like Breadstick's big brother.
Yeah,
No,
and
you
Albert,
don't.
Yeah, I do.
as far as you,
I
I
accept
look at
that.
you as like a little brother / cousin.
I'm a. Sorry, I
So
just get a
I
little
have
excited.
a question though. If
You
Mike
could be-
was to
you have a
offer,
son?
would you hook up with Mike if he offered?
Breadstick. I mean,
I
you
mean-
can. Nothing's
I
off
mean-
limits here. Nobody's gonna judge you. This is Aussie. Steak says
I
he's
just wanna
coming for
know.
you.
As far as Mike goes, I don't believe
Steak, you gotta get in here, bro. Get in here now, Steak.
He's
I don't
scared.
believe in having. I don't believe
This
doing
is JC
sexual
fucking
relations
Johnson.
with family.
Come say hi to JC.
Exactly.
Albert-
Incest.
Yo, what's
Incest
up,
isn't
bro?
good.
Say hi to
Right,
JC.
incest
What's
isn't
up,
good.
JC?
Yeah, but you guys aren't blood
hello,
related.
Johnny.
Oh man, this is your dad. This is a great. This
So,
is the best.
did you like my song Booty Slayer?
Oh, I absolutely love that song.
I
That's
knew
one of
you
my
did.
favorites of the LCU.
It's a good one. It's a great song.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody. I think for every 20 we should all dance to Booty Slayer. How much would you
Oh,
charge to
absolutely.
sing for us?
Oh, absolutely. I would love to sing for you guys. I mean, I
Alright.
do write my own songs.
I guess we'll have to get a little example. Give us a little free sample real quick.
Come on, give us a free sample. You
Yeah, I
got
wanna
to,
dance.
JC.
I want to dance.
All right. I have my other phone here, and I could sing, a song
Yeah.
for y'all.
Uh-huh.
Sing Big Papa by Biggie.
I don't think I'd be able to sing that song.
Now he has to sing his
Biggie,
originals,
Biggie, Biggie.
Albert. We can't have those copyright, problems. We
Biggie,
don't like
Biggie,
those out here.
Biggie.
Oh, I
Can't
got my-
you see?
In honor of you, I'm gonna wear these sunglasses.
Hypnotize
JC
me.
Johnson. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to get this phone to work, if I
It's
can.
okay.
This
While
phone,
you-
if you
while
can
you
see
wait
this
for
phone, the
that-
back of it, it's destroyed.
Just like, a lot of things in my life. But while we wait for you to do that, I'll drop a few bars from my hit song Booty Slayer. All right. My dick may be small, but my game is mighty. I'll blow a fucking hole in his tighties. The whole crew's together, baby!
What's up,
What up,
baby?
Steve?
Bro, I'm gonna start
What is
stimming, bro. I'm gonna start stimming. All
I'm coming for you, bitch.
right, he's about to sing. Steak.
That's my favorite clip of all time. Can you
It's
do
the
it real
best
quick?
one.
Please just say, I'm coming for you, bitch.
Bitch.
Well, I'll do it for, as far as, that Becky bitch, because I hate that bitch.
Do it.
Becky, I'm coming for your ass, bitch.
Do it one more time.
I'm
I got you
coming for
full
your
screen
ass.
now. I got you full screen.
So you better watch yourself, bitch, because I'm coming for you.
Hell yeah.
Yo,
Hell
say
yeah.
your ass is grass and I'm about to mow it. Then pause and go, bitch.
Girl, your ass is grass. I'm going to mow that like no other bitch.
Oh, he ad-libbed too. He ad-libbed. Yo,
Got
this is the
fucking
best
skills
night
to pay the
ever.
bills.
Would you consider yourself the booty slayer?
I absolutely hate that bitch. Like, I did not like how she treated your mom, Albert. I did not like that. I don't like it when anyone
JC,
mistreats
I'm
the
your biggest
community.
fan right now. I am in literal shock being around you right now, JC. I'm about to hyperventilate, dude. You're a celebrity.
Bro.
I'm in shock too, because it's an honor to meet you and stuff.
Do you want to meet Tina D?
Yes.
I would love to meet your mom. I love her so much.
Tina
Like
D, get in here. JC wants to say hi.
JC, why did you get banned from the Queen stuff?
Well, the reason why I got banned is when Scooter, when he was attacking Albert and Tina, I did not like that, so I said what the stuff I said because I didn't like how they were treating Albert and Tina. You know, because they're like family to me, and you don't mess with my
Yeah.
family.
The JC was gonna
Before
call.
we get the horns. Sorry.
JC's
Sorry,
getting ready
I'm
to
not
call
trying
a
to be
lawyer.
disrespectful or nothing. I just don't know the history
Yeah,
here,
I'm
man.
gonna tell you
was
what happened,
absolute-
Breadstick. Me
What?
and Scoot were arguing, and JC was getting ready to call his lawyers.
Yes, and they
yeah.
thought that I was going. Scooter thought that I was going to come to his house when
Jesus,
actually I said I was going to
making me
send my cousin and my lawyer. You know, my lawyers
John
to
Johnson.
their
I mean,
house
it's
for
like I'm not saying
discrimination.
you were in the wrong because I wasn't there at the time, but I'm saying it's never good to say I'm gonna send someone to find you.
It was just the
That is
lawyers. That's
frowned
legal.
upon. I don't know.
No, what
The cousin
sending a
part
lawyer
is
to
the
someone's
part
house
His
that's
is
cousin is
illegal.
Don Johnson.
Don Johnson's the man. I
Yes,
heard.
Don Johnson is literally my cousin. He's my third cousin.
Who's Don
Now,
Johnson?
I don't really talk to him much, you know, but like
Who's
I said,
Don
he is my
Johnson?
cousin. He's the guy from Miami Vice.
The fuck is Miami Vice?
It's like an old TV
Hold
show.
on. Let me
Look,
Google
I
that
just
real
popped
quick.
in because I
I'm
saw
not
you all
like
up
I
here.
said. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm
damn it.
confused.
Let steak talk, breadstick.
Oh,
I have a show coming up. I can't stay here the whole fucking time. I just wanted to say I missed the Aussie boys, Twiggy, Brad, JC. I'm so glad to see you up on the fucking screen, baby boy. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm glad to
And-
see you too, and I
I'm gonna
miss
call
seeing
my
you
name.
here on Aussie.
I had to run, dude. Yeah, man, I miss it. I love Aussie, but I'm doing.
Yeah,
nutty-
congratulations on your
doing nutty
house and
things.
congratulations on your baby.
Dude. Thank you, bro.
Don Johnson.
Thank
You're
you,
welcome.
man. I appreciate the fuck out of that. All right, I'm gonna keep setting my shit up. I'll see you guys. I'll be watching.
I'm probably
Yeah,
gonna give you a
yeah.
call in a second to steak. But
Miami
nice to meet
Vice.
you, Mr. Johnson.
It is a pleasure
I'm gonna-
meeting you, Albert.
Mr. Johnson, I'm gonna tell you right now. We gotta try to get Mike up here.
Bro, we gotta
try
get him to meet Tina. He's gotta
My
meet
mom's
Tina
not-
real quick.
My mom's sick, so she can't come in here.
I
It's
hope she
okay.
feels better.
It's
pains
18.
me to know.
It feels like 18 here. We're getting some of that Arctic blast weather here.
oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
cold out.
Imagine how
Yeah,
fucking
I've been
bad
kind
my
of sick
head feels.
myself too.
No.
If
It's
you can
cold
tell
as shit.
in my voice, I've been kind of sick as well.
I can tell in your voice
Yep.
that you've been sick.
You know, because when I was at the time that I wasn't here at my parents' house because of the whole family issue, I was staying with some people that I barely even knew, and I don't do the stuff they were doing that can get you in a lot of trouble. And they offered that stuff to me, and I said absolutely not.
My gum issues.
JC, peace out. Nice to meet you, bud.
Nice
Peace
to
out,
meet you too,
Have a good
Albert.
one, Albert.
All right,
These
who else
drugs
you
must
want
be
up here?
JC.
If there's somebody I can get up here for you, JC, I will try. But Tina,
I
we
would
can't
love
do
to
that.
meet Mike and Tina.
Mike,
I know
if
Tina's
I can
sick,
get a
so-
hold of Mike, what about Gidgey? How do you
Mhm.
feel about Gidgey?
She's all right, but I guess you can say that I would not mind meeting her. I would not mind, but like I said, I'm not like too necessarily a fond
Yeah,
of
would you
her.
shit talk Gidgey if she was up here? I would.
I mean,
Wouldn't.
if it came to a point where you wanted to talk shit to me, or something, then I would talk shit back because I don't just talk
She's
shit
too
just to
stoned.
talk shit.
She's too stoned. All right,
Right.
I
that
don't want to
song,
hear
we
that
may have
right
to hear
now.
it a cappella.
I
We
do
may have
not
to hear.
want to hear that right now, Gidgey.
Oh yeah, breadstick's fucked up right now.
I feel horrible right now.
Breadstick
Mhm.
ate an edible.
I've done
bad.
that. I've actually done that. I've actually told my family that I was going to be on here, and stuff, so they know.
Yeah, and you need to let them know we ain't got no negative
yeah.
intentions. We all like music,
No.
all right? Because like I
Right.
showed you a little bit of one of my originals, acapella. Let's hear it. All right, acapella
What's acapella
Well,
mean?
means singing without music.
right.
Okay,
That's what it
cool.
means, but
You got it. I
I
know
could
it's
try-
cold, and
I
I
could
know
try
you're a
to.
little nervous.
yeah. I do have a song called Heart Embrace.
What was that again?
I do have a song called Heart Embrace.
Heart embrace. All right, all
If
right.
I can get this phone to cooperate, but this phone it's wanting to play a different song that isn't the song
All right,
called
I'll
Heart
make you a
Embrace.
deal, JC Johnson. How about this, right? You
Mm-hmm.
send me the music, and I will play it for you, so you'll be able to hear it. Let me know something real quick. You probably actually won't
Okay.
be able to hear this. They'll be able to hear it. You can't hear this fart, can you?
Oh, I heard that.
You did hear that. All right, can you hear
Yes, I
this?
did.
Can you hear this?
Absolutely, I can hear that.
All right, we're good. We're good. If you can hear all that, then we're cooking. All right.
Yep. All
So
right,
if you
I
can,
just pulled up my album called Love Letter,
all right.
and
I burped.
one of my recent songs is called Beautiful Scar, but we don't have to play that one.
Play
That
whatever
Toby.
one you want. I'm here for the. I'm. Look, I just want to feel something today. You know, I just want something to bring out the emotions in me. All right. I've been feeling
Right.
a little too numb lately. All right. I need some emotions. Like, you know, our
Yeah.
love was meant to be.
Well, now I do
Like
have a song
kind
called
of
Big
love.
Daddy Bear.
Oh, what's that? Okay, I want to hear that one. Big Daddy Bear.
All right. Let me get this phone to. Okay.
Guys, we're not live in the Discord because JC Johnson's not in the Discord.
Wait, I thought that's why we're in the Discord.
All right, you gotta sing it, man.
Ooh, it should be dreaming. Oh, you got me thinking. Oh, yeah.
Ooh,
Dreaming in South Carolina.
ooh.
It's hot for summer rain.
Put some soul into it, man. I want some soul. I want some
Before I
emotion.
even knew his name, la la la. So like ooh la la la. The fire and moonlight, dreaming and we were dancing for hours in the sun.
Oh no, shit! I unplugged my headphones. Keep on
Sunrise,
going.
his body feels right in my hair. La
Ooh.
la la. Ooh. You love it when I call you Big Daddy Bear. Wish I could go home with you. The between touches, ooh la la la. It's ooh la la la. Oh, I shouldn't be dreaming of you. Just love it when I call you Big Daddy Bear. Was it so hard to come home without you? It's just ooh la la la. Just ooh la la la. Oh, it should be dreaming of you. Oh, you got me thinking. Being in my house is just so it will never change. Saying we're just friends, but I don't know the way you feel. La, la,
So
la.
good.
Don't
It's
it's
so
so
good.
coming, going. You let me fall.
Can we get candles in the chat, ladies and gentlemen? Candles in the
Oh,
chat.
God bless you. Son, you're too. Oh,
Ooh.
oh, stop. You love her when I call you Big Daddy Bear. Wish I could go home with you. Every dream touches, ooh la la la. It's true, la la la. Oh, you got me dreaming of you. You love it when I call you Big Daddy Bear. Because it's so damn hard to go without you. That's
Ooh.
just ooh la la la. It's true, la la la. Ooh, it should be dreaming of you. Ooh, you got me thinking, oh, that all we come and for.
It just keeps going. I
No,
love it.
into you. Your name, I'll be coming for you. Coming for you. Oh, you. Oh, 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 yeah. Oh, yeah.
I love the emotion.
Oh, you dreaming of you. Oh, you got me thinking of you.
That was
Yeah.
dude, Adam Levine has been really quiet lately. Have you noticed that ever since you started making
Oh, I
music?
have.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything from Adam Levine. And where's Justin Bieber at, right? He's been quiet too.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
and
It's
I
crazy.
assume y'all been wanting to see the if I really am bald for real, because I mean y'all seen my videos, but
Oh! It's a nice shiny head. You shave it yourself?
yes, I do.
Dude, you could be a barber. Look at that clean cut. Holy smoke, dude.
And
That's
that's funny
wild.
is I'm half blind.
You're half blind and you shave your head.
Yes,
Which half?
That is a good
this
question.
eye right here does not function as it's supposed to. It don't function too good.
You know what?
It's
It's
been like
okay
that since
because
birth.
guess what? You're still, you're still going after all of your dreams, all right? You're going
Yep.
after you're getting that bag, JC Johnson. And you know what?
Yep.
Fuck your ex-husband, all right? Your soon-to-be ex-husband. Fuck that guy, all right? You don't need him.
Yep. No, I don't.
You don't need that
In fact,
motherfucker.
I have been doing YouTube since 2015, and 10 years ago, he had made me quit doing videos at that time, to help him with his eBay store and other stuff. And I poured my heart and soul into that man. He made me do all the shopping by myself, unloading and loading of the groceries,
What a
cleaning,
lazy
all that.
bitch.
Yep. And then he quit his eBay store and quit his car club, that he was doing. And when I went back to YouTube, he got mad. And when I spent $1,300 on a camera for him and I to use, because he was supposed to be Chef Grandpa, and he at first was all for doing it, and then when I told him all the effort we have to put into it, then he just like, I don't want to do it.
Look, you got somebody who likes you in the chat. Roger Rabbit had also, for one, up there, in the chat said that you're a snack. And now Roger Rabbit saying his husband is a lucky man. But we've also got Thick Gemini saying, isn't Twiggy homophobic? I'm confused. Would I have written a song called Booty Slayer if I was homophobic? Come on, guys.
I don't think so.
That song is about gay relations. I wouldn't write a song like that. Was honestly, I was hoping to make an anthem for,
Yeah.
all
Now
of my
I
gay
did
brothers
write a
out there.
song. Yeah, I did write a song called "Torn Out," and I wrote that for AGP and for a family member of mine who had passed away.
Oh,
And
I'm
it
so
was
sorry.
it was a song that was supposed to be a duet that I had offered Mike to be a part in, and I was going to do a music video where it shows me being in Mounds, Tulsa, Oklahoma, and then it would switch the camera over to Mike for his part where he was supposed to rap about his dad.
All right, here's what we're gonna do, JC Johnson. I think Mike should record his side of that duet, right? I think he should
I
record the
believe
audio
so.
file, and I think he should send it over to you. But how do we make that happen? Chat,
I
how do we
honestly
make
don't
this
know.
happen? How do we get Mike on a song with JC Johnson? We got to make this happen, right, dude?
Pull him.
All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a goal. All right, and we're gonna make it a good goal. Okay, this is gonna be easy. All right, SNAP benefits are back. All right, the community should have no problem. Right? What do you think about that? By the way,
Absolutely.
do you think I was making a joke? I don't think that's actually a thing. But Billy the Fridge has this theory that because people lost their government assistance during the government shutdown, that's why the LCU wasn't making money. Do you think there's any credibility in that?
I honestly don't know, but people that need their SNAP benefits, they should have that because it's their only way of being able to buy food. Because
Or gifted members.
right, and gifted
Yeah.
members as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Because there's only so far that Social Security benefits can go.
No, I agree, and you can't just keep on stretching them out. I mean, because once you stretch something out, too wide, then it becomes unusable, right?
Exactly.
Exactly.
And I used to be on that kind of benefit. Now I'm still on Social Security, as well. And with the thing of my very first husband who had passed away, may he rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Amen. His name was Rodney Michael Jones.
Thank you. Rest in peace,
And
Rodney Michael Jones. Oh, he took. So you guys didn't take each other's last names.
No,
I wouldn't
we
either. I wouldn't
didn't.
give up my last name for any motherfucker, dude. That's my last name, bro.
Yeah, and what's weird is, I miss him. I do miss Rodney very much,
I bet you do.
and
I mean, that was your
You know,
first love, right?
Yep,
He'll
and
always be a
always will
part of
be.
you. Yeah, he'll always be a part of you. My
You
wife
know,
was my
and
first love.
his family I still keep in contact with at times, but they had made it to where that if in order for me to receive my inheritance is I have to have a good job that pays a lot of money,
Mm-hmm.
or I have to be in an arranged marriage.
Whoa. How does that work? Arranged marriage in the United States of America? What is, huh?
It's something that most people that um if you're in such class, if you know what I mean,
Mm-hmm.
they intend to do that kind of thing.
I had no idea about this. This is
Wait,
all
what do you
news to
mean in
me.
such class? What's that mean? In such class?
It means if you're not worth a certain amount of money or you're not making a certain amount of money per year, right, JC Johnson?
So if you don't make enough money, you have to be in arranged
It's
marriage?
basically high class society.
Mm-hmm.
You have to marry someone high class if you're going to get married?
Other high class people, like if you are born into a high class society family, and there's other high class families, they will do arranged marriages between their daughters or sons.
You're high class?
Was
You was high class?
I was
Daughter or
married into it.
son?
Yes, I was married into it
Okay.
until he
I've
died.
never I've never been high class. I'm sorry he
Yep.
died. I've never been high class.
Thank you. And then I met Roger.
Amen, brother. Amen.
Amen.
I was like in my
Well, not
teens when
amen,
I
because
met.
Roger was a dickhead, right?
No,
Roger's
who's
the
Yeah,
dude who's a
Roger?
fucking bitch, dude. Fuck Roger. All my homies
Yep.
hate
Roger
Roger.
dead?
Breadstick hates Roger. I hate Roger.
Is Roger
Yep.
dead?
No, Roger's a
No,
fat
Roger is
fuck.
still alive.
Okay, what's the story with Roger?
Well, the thing is, Roger and I had known each other for almost 13 years. But I mean, I did know Rodney, of course, when I was, in my teens, following up to my 20s. So I was only with Rodney for a year
How old
until
was
he
Rodney
passed.
when you got together, and how old were you?
Yeah, how old was Rodney?
Rodney was, well, he was more like,
How much older than you is Rodney? Or was
I would
Rodney?
say, roughly
I would say
in
you
his
were
40s
married.
to 50s.
All right, so you like older
What?
men.
I do
Yeah.
because older men have so much to teach.
Oh, they do. They do.
Men
It's
that
like a
are in their
mentor
20s.
role, you know?
Right.
Yeah, I get
You know,
that. I get that.
and then when I got into my 20s, I met Roger. It's like when I was like at least 20 years old to 21 when I met Roger,
And I
and
can
that
already
was
tell
like
you how the
13 years
story
ago.
went, right? Things were great at first, but over time, he started to drift away from you, and then he started to take out all of his problems on you, right?
Yes, and he would put pillows in between us.
What a dickhead.
Yep.
Because then you can't even
And
feel each
he would
other.
bash my family to me every day, every night. He would do that, and I hated that. And he
Oh, I
would be
bet.
very sarcastic, and he still to this day is a very sarcastic man. And I told
Oh,
him
yeah,
one of
I
these
would
days, I
never
said,
be
your sarcastic
sarcastic.
mouth is going to get you in trouble. And I had sent him a video once for him to watch, and I noticed that he was watching it, and I said, "Oh, you're watching the video that I sent you." He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I won't watch it," being all sarcastic, and I went off on him.
How cold is it where you're at right now?
It is very cold. That's
Man,
why I'm
man, I
shaking.
don't want you to sit outside and be cold. Is there anything like you can do to make yourself not cold?
I could go inside, but and then I won't be able to smoke my cigarettes because I don't smoke in
All
the
right.
house.
Well, if smoking the cigarettes is what you need to do, man, then you do it, all right? I don't have any problem with you being outside
Yeah,
if
no,
that's where
it's
you want to
okay.
be. But yeah, so let's get back to some more stuff with Rodney cuz Rodney sounds like, a great guy, right? You know,
He
you
was
know,
he was a he was a good man. He loved me, and I loved him, and you know, and I miss him every day. And the song that I wrote recently that I have yet to release, called "The Memory of You," is basically reflecting on the memories I had with him,
yeah.
and it's a memory for all my exes when I had good moments with all of them.
Yeah, because there's good in everything. But Breadstick, do you have any questions about Rodney? Anything about, like especially their first years together, when he was younger and
Can I be honest? And I mean no disrespect at all when I say this. I do not know the lore. I do not know the history, but when you just described the relationship with your first husband, it made me so goddamn uncomfortable.
now why would that be, Breadstick?
So you met him when you were a teenager.
Yes.
How old was he?
He was a lot. He was a lot younger, like in his 30s.
Yeah.
But when
So he wasn't in his
I got
50s,
into my 20s,
Breadstick.
he would be in his 50s by now.
Yeah.
Do you not see anything wrong with I get it. I get you have a history. I like you as a person. I've talked with you.
Mhm.
Bro,
I mean, you can't help who
you
you fall
got
in love with.
groomed, homie. Nah, that's not okay. That is not okay at all, dude.
I mean,
Like, I
Breadstick,
feel
Well,
bad.
you can't help.
maybe it was
You
different
can't help who you
times,
fall in love with, dearie. Right.
Nah, bro, you can't, but there's a certain point where I don't want to disrespect your ex-husband because I get where you are coming from.
Yeah, well, I mean, because here's the thing, Breadstick,
But to
right? Your
me,
feelings, JC Johnson, your feelings are very real, right? But
Right.
I think what
yes,
Breadstick's trying to say is at the time you may have not even realized how other people would see this, right? And what other people may
Right.
think. And
yeah,
maybe
like,
Rodney did, right? And maybe he went through with it anyway. Or I mean, that's most likely what it was, right? But
no,
even if it was a weird situation,
no,
right? Here's the thing, right? You didn't do
Mhm.
anything
you
wrong.
can't defend it,
I'm
bro.
not defending it. And
You
I'm just
can't
kind of trying to
defend
We
get the
all
it.
make
story.
mistakes.
I'm trying to get the
I'm
story here,
sorry.
Breadstick,
Right.
whenever
We all
you're
make
trying to get a story, you gotta kind of
I
let
right.
things
know.
We
come
all
out.
make mistakes, and we learn. We learn and grow from it.
I don't think you made the mistake,
That's what I'm
man.
saying. I'm saying whatever
I don't
Rodney
think
did
you made
was not
a mistake.
okay,
I
but
think your
not JC
feelings were
Johnson.
genuine. But like I'm saying, you had a lot of love for this man, obviously, and I don't want to disrespect him, but it's very uncomfortable, and I'm really scared to ask how much older than you the second man was, even though I know you were an adult at that time, because that
Mhm.
creeps me the fuck out, dude. Like,
No, Roger. He's 69 years old now.
how, I don't know how old you are now.
I'm 32.
That's not right, dog.
No, he's 32, man. He's a grown man. Now, when he was
I
with
get that
Rodney, the
he's an
Rodney shit's,
adult, but like,
that's wild. That's, I'm not, I'm not really,
Right. That.
I'm not condoning that. I'm not trying to bash you, JC Johnson, because I don't want to hurt your
Oh,
feelings. I don't want you to go anywhere. I want you to stay here and talk with us. You
right.
know? Yeah. So I don't want to like try to, yeah.
Oh, I completely understand.
Be a little
I
careful.
really.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It wasn't okay for a young person in Rodney and I to have been together at that time, but we really did love each other.
the thing is,
Southwest
no,
Justin
I'm not.
No, the thing with Roger and I.
I'm not. I can't do this, man.
you,
I can't
Southwest Jeff.
fucking do this. I'm sorry. I didn't think there was a lot of things that could make me crash the fuck out, but I can't fucking do this, dog. No, first of all, quit blaming yourself. You truly love this man. I fucking get that, bro. As a victim myself, I fucking get that. But that dude did not fucking love you. And you need to quit telling yourself that, bro. You are straight up a victim. That isn't right.
No, Rodney did love me, but
No, he
Roger
didn't. No, he did not.
I mean, the thing is, right? Right. Here's the thing.
No, there is no.
No, I'm not saying to you. I'm saying to JC Johnson, right? We're not going to argue with what you felt was real, right? But regardless of how you feel that Rodney felt about you, right? He was a grown ass man,
No.
and it doesn't. You can try to convince yourself or tell yourself that he loved you, but he was committing a crime.
You were a victim, bro. He took advantage of you. I am so fucking sorry for you, man. I'm sorry.
But
People like him, I would have beat the fucking brakes off of, bro.
I mean, it sounds like look, you're a nice guy, right? You may have had
No,
some
you
problems
are
online.
incredibly nice.
You may have gotten yourself in a little bit of trouble in our comment section, right? But I've talked to you for a little bit. You seem like a nice guy, right? And it just seems like
well, thank you.
life has just, maybe it's because, it's like a test, right? Maybe that you've been through all of
Right.
this as a test to show how strong you are. But regardless, life has
I
not
see
been
that.
easy for you, right?
No, it
Your love
has
life
not,
has
and it's
not,
still not
you
going
haven't
to.
found any success when it comes to love, and you will, right? You got to give it time. It's never too late, right?
Right.
But when you have Rodney, who sounds like he groomed you, I mean, I'm going to be honest, that is what it sounds like. And then you have Roger, who is beating you, man. Look,
I don't think Roger's a good dude either. Like,
no.
no.
No,
I
he's not. And I have the picture of
can't.
what his friend, of what Roger's friend did to me, and I was in the trauma unit, and then I went and stayed with my friend who, was in the chat or is still in the chat. And
I
when I
have an
called him,
honest
he went and rescued
question.
me.
Like, I don't mean to interrupt you, man, but I feel like you have been taken advantage of a lot.
My family says that, and I do see that, and I absolutely do see that.
Well,
Dude,
look, we're
I
not
think
gonna
your family cares about you because that's crazy.
we're not going to do anything to be dishonest with you. And you already know the rules when it comes to Ozzy, right? You can support us as much
Right.
as you want in the chat with your comments. You can like, but the last thing I want is for one of my friends to give us any kind of financial support. So as much as I know you said you want to, I can't let you do that, man. It would have an effect on the friendship. It would feel transactional. You know what I'm saying? So I can't let
Right.
you do all that. So it's a blessing that your phone, is jacked up and not letting you do that, right? Because like
I guess you could say, yeah.
while I appreciate support, I can't have it from somebody who's my boy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I can't let you do that. But yeah, like, and I also don't want you to like, I don't want people to like, I don't want people to bully you here. All right. Because if they bully you, then they got
Mhm.
to go through us. All right. And Breadstick went to prison. All right. He knows what's up. And
Right.
I did pest control, so I've killed a bunch of mice. I don't really know how that
Yeah, and I
correlates,
used to
but
do a paranormal investigation.
okay. I want to hear more about that. Just to segue away from all the dark shit, because I can tell Breadstick,
Yeah.
Oh
Breadstick.
shit,
I
that
mean,
was so uncomfortable, dog.
Oh, I
You
we
bet.
have
don't have to talk
no
about the
fucking
uncomfortable things,
idea.
But it's
but
Yeah,
yes,
it,
no,
I
I'm
had a
sorry if I
paranormal.
came off disrespectful, but that was bad. Oh my
Mhm.
no,
god,
JC
dude.
Johnson knows there was no disrespect. It's just one of those things where, like,
Yeah.
we're not gonna lie to you, man. Right? If something's fucked
Right.
up, we're gonna tell you. It may hurt your feelings at first, but that's what homies are for, dude.
You're
You
not.
know
Well, it's
Yeah.
not. You're not saying it to be mean. You're saying it because you care, and I actually do
exactly,
genuinely see that.
exactly.
So
Dude,
that's why I'm not
if
mad
you
about it at
have
all.
if you meet another love interest, come to me and Twiggy and explain the situation before going any further, please.
Yeah, I can be your wingman, dog. You know what I'm saying? I can hype you up. I can be like, yo, that's my boy JC Johnson. He got lyrical flow. All right. He got a good personality. And like, I'm not gonna lie, I've kind of heard he's good in bed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I will hype you up, dog. I got you. All right, you name it, you got it. All right. Andrew C says, I'm not gonna ask about the banana. Can you show JC Johnson the banana?
Oh, my phone's trying to play the song
Ooh.
again. God.
Ooh.
I have the banana. It's stretchy, see? Remember from Walmart?
Yeah, that's a good
Oh
banana.
yeah.
That's
My
a sick
wife,
ass banana. Bro, I fuck with
my
that
wife,
banana.
you could, dude, you could.
I don't think so. I think it's a little too.
Sometimes I surprise myself knowing the fact that as much as I smoke cigarettes, I'm still surprised that I can even sing.
Yeah, man, you might want to preserve your voice and quit smoking. I can help you. I can help you quit smoking.
I've been wanting to quit smoking because it's really not good. But I've been smoking cigarettes since I was like 17 years old.
Yeah, I can understand that. I mean, vapes became easily accessible when I was
Yeah,
in high
my
school. So.
family, a lot of my family members are smokers.
Yeah, and it's not the best. It's not the best habit. I told a lady the
No,
other
it's
day while I
not.
was walking out of the liquor store with a few bottles of rum that smoking kills you. It's not good for you.
Oh, it
Right?
absolutely can, because one of my
Yeah.
relatives died from smoking.
Yeah, I get that 100%. Um,
So,
Roger Rabbit says JC is such a good fucking singer, bro. I agree.
dude, I'm gonna do the interview, bro. I'm sorry. I have so many fucking questions
All right,
right
Breadstick,
now.
shine, bro.
I'm
You get
sorry,
to come
bro.
on.
I
I'm sorry.
mean, and with the questions I'm gonna ask, I mean, no disrespect. It's just
We want to get to know
I
you.
know a little bit about.
And
Well, I know.
I'm willing to answer any questions I can answer.
Yeah, we just want to get to know you, man. That's all it is.
And I'm
So
wanting to get
with
to know
the
you guys
Mike
too.
stuff, was there ever any evidence that you may have stalked Mike or anyone else?
I don't think there is, because if I was
You don't
stalking Mike,
think?
he would
No,
know
no,
and he
no,
would
no,
have
no.
told me to back off.
Hold up. Like I said, no disrespect. You don't think there is or there isn't, dog? Because those are two different things.
It's showing up in a
I
YouTube chat's not stalking, right? And that's all he does. He shows up
I
in
don't
YouTube
think
chats.
so.
He's never tried to go to anybody's house, right? You may have
Right.
said some stupid things online, but you were just trying to get people scared so they wouldn't mess with your
You were,
boys.
but he
Right.
banned you from the channel and stuff. He apparently wants nothing to do with you. He's not up here
Oh,
right
he
now.
didn't ban
I-
me. He didn't ban me.
Yeah, Mike didn't ban
Mike
him.
did not ban me.
Mm-mm.
So, well,
It was Scooter that banned me from all
Mhm.
the chats, because Rastov said something in the Queen's
Mhm.
chat and told Scooter, and then Scooter banned me from all the chats, because he carried it out. Now Scooter himself actually messaged me on Twitter himself and said he did not want me banned. He just carried it out.
Yeah, it was a Rastov thing. And
is,
Rastov's banned a few people from the
is
community
Scooter
who just didn't deserve
available?
it.
Is someone else available who's on a different side of this situation? Because I feel like there's
The
something
thing
I'm
is,
not fucking
but
getting
look,
here. Something
it's
doesn't
not that.
seem right.
It's that it was Breadstick. Here's
No,
the
something
thing.
seems
No, trust
wrong,
me.
man.
I've been around as long as JC Johnson's been in the chats. It was all really a misunderstanding. He got a little heated. He said something, and because he said that he was going to send lawyers to people's houses, he got banned because
Why
Rastov
are we
banned him.
sending fucking lawyers to people's houses?
They were talking shit on
What
his
was-
name, brother, and his friends.
I'm very, like, Spreadsticks, you got to understand, I'm very protective of the AGP community,
Mhm.
because they've been
I
like
get
family
that.
for
I love
15
AGP. I
years.
love Michael. I love all of them, but
They're his internet family, bro.
And
something
I'm
just
very
doesn't.
protective
It
of it.
seems off, and I don't know the history, and maybe that's why it seems so off. But
I mean,
like nothing.
there was some off stuff that happened, right? But it's all in the
There
past. We're
was.
moving past
It's
it.
all in the past,
Today's a new day,
What was the off
Absolutely.
stuff? Because there's some stuff that is not all in the past, dude. I love you, Twiggy, and I'm always down to take your advice. But there is some. What is the off stuff? Fucking explain
Just
it, because
get
I'm
talking in
fucking.
YouTube chats. That's really it.
That's all I do is I
No,
talk in the YouTube chats.
no,
And
no, 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 no,
when
no. Minor
when I
shit
see
talking does not. No.
when I see someone disrespecting Albert, or when I see someone disrespecting Tina or disrespecting Mike, I get upset, because when they get disrespected, I feel very disrespected.
Yeah, exactly.
To what extent do you feel disrespected? Why is it such an issue?
I felt very disrespected when Twiggy, or not Twiggy, I'm sorry, Twiggy, I
What
didn't
did
It's
you
okay. No
do
I
offense
in
meant
taken.
reaction?
when
What did you
when
say in
when
reaction? That is
Scooter
what I'm.
when Scooter and Gidgey had said some things to Tina and Albert, I felt that she and her son disrespected, the AGB community, and I felt that she disrespected me and Mike and the AGB community, and I did not like
I,
that. So I said what I said in the chat.
and I can understand. What did you say in the chat?
I said that I would send lawyers to, where Gidgey and Scooter are at, for a lawsuit
Defamation,
on
right?
discrimination for
Yeah.
that definition and discrimination towards Albert. And I did not like that, because I felt that when they disrespected Albert and Tina, I felt disrespected towards the AGB community, where I
Look,
Where
Brett, let me put it in a
basically
way
what I'm
that you
saying is,
understand, right? JC Johnson is a
yeah,
motherfucking shot caller. All right? That's what he is.
yes. And
That's all it
and when
is.
also now when they come in Aussie in the chats and they're disrespecting Twiggy, you know, then that also makes me feel disrespected too, because Twiggy is my homeboy.
Something's going on here. I got something else piping through that shouldn't be.
You
Okay, I
know,
fixed it.
so I don't like anybody that I care about within the LCU. When they get disrespected, then I feel very disrespected, and I don't like that. I mean, foremost, I'm a Johnson and
I
always will be.
I get what you're saying, and I can respect it. I can. I get respecting people that you see as family. I 100% get that.
Hmm. And Mike and Tina and Albert, they're always going to be family to me, no matter what. Always.
Yeah, dude, just like my
And
wife's gonna be family to me, always, right?
hmm
Exactly,
yep,
same thing.
yep.
Mm-hmm. But so what was the first AGP video you ever watched? Do you remember? Mine was him cooking
Um,
something. I don't remember exactly
Yeah, he
what.
he
Dude, I
was
know what
cooking
mine was.
something. I can't remember exactly what he was cooking, but I do
It was
remember it.
probably
I
the
just have
same
to remember to go
video.
back.
Me and you probably watched the same
Probably,
video. Look at that.
probably.
Dude, how awesome
Dude,
is that? Dude, same wavelength. Same wavelength, dude. That's awesome.
I don't remember.
All right,
Yeah.
so what other interests do
I'm
you
a
have
Gemini,
outside
so
of outside of the
yeah.
LCU, outside of, AGP, outside of the internet? What interests do you have? Are you into like motorcycles or cars? Or I mean, it's probably,
Well,
hard to
outside of that,
drive
it's
because
more of
vision.
music.
All right?
Outside of the LCU and
Yeah.
outside of that, it's music and taking care of my dog that I love very much. That is basically
Oh,
like my child.
what's your dog's name?
Yeah. My dog's name is Toby.
Toby. That's a good name.
Yep, and he was actually named after Toby Keith himself.
All right. I know a little bit about Toby Keith. Just
And
a
he
Yep,
little
sings
bit,
music.
He's
yep.
got a good
Now my
song about
dog's
being a veteran. I think that's Toby Keith. I'm pretty sure it's
Yep,
Toby Keith.
and my dog's middle name is Nathaniel.
Unlike
Dude.
Boogie, he actually passed away from cancer too, I
Yeah,
think.
he did. And my
Yep.
cat's middle name Ted. My cat Ted's middle name is Kaczynski.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, isn't it cute? I love it. I think it's
Yeah,
That's
great.
awesome.
yeah.
It's a cute
Toby's
name.
a dachshund mixed a pointer.
All right. So he's a hunting dog, basically. He was born to hunt.
He's a rare breed.
Yeah, dude.
Who's
One of my cats is a rare
who's
breed.
Fernando?
Fernando is a good friend of mine.
Yeah,
He
I
seems
agree
to
with
know.
Jay. Hey, it's Fernando in the chat said JC is not a harmful person. He's actually really chill and laid back. He stayed
It
with me
might
for 2 months and we had a blast. That's my boy. He seems like a chill guy. Fernando with 199. Thank you, Fernando, for the
Yeah,
Yeah,
199.
like
Fernando's a very good friend of mine, and I
because I
love
don't
that
know
dude.
the history. Maybe it's because I don't know the history that it comes off as so shocking. And like I said, no disrespect, but it comes off as fucked up. And because of
Well, life
people,
can be very fucked up.
yeah, but because of people I've been around, it makes me super uncomfortable. So I just want you to know, man, no disrespect to you. I like when you talk to me and stuff. You seem like an honestly good dude. Um,
Thank
so
you.
if I'm quiet or seem disrespectful, I just want to apologize ahead of time.
Oh, you're fine. I have no problem with you
All
whatsoever.
No,
right,
and
cool.
like to be fair, like Brett's like you weren't expecting to get caught off guard. Like, you're expecting this just to be a
Yeah, like I
normal
said,
stream. You didn't know what was
It was
gonna
just
happen.
a cut off guard moment.
Yeah.
it could be that I don't know the history, and that could genuinely be what it is.
Yeah, and like I said, I am a Gemini, so as Geminis, we can be very powerful and very multi-talented and gifted. And now, regards to my old business, JC's Paranormal Investigation,
Yeah, I want to hear about
one of the
this.
gifts that I have is I am a psychic medium, meaning that I can actually communicate with spirits of all kinds,
Can we
both
get him on
once
a show
alive
with
or never
Gemini?
have been alive.
Can we get JC for rain?
Wait, did you say you can get in contact with people who have never been alive?
Yes, but they have to come to me.
What does
I
that
can't
mean?
meaning that I can communicate with spirits that have been alive and those who have never been. Meaning and those that have never been alive. That means demons.
Demons. Okay, dude, we might be able to have a good conversation about this because like there's a lot of
Yes,
weird stuff
and
going on in the
very,
world
and
right
it's very,
now.
yep, and also it's usually also very rare that I will get visions and predictions.
Have you gotten any visions or predictions about the LCU?
I have not. Now, this is going to be very weird because right at the moment that when my divorce has started beginning, one of the nights that I was sleeping and I had woken up and I was in my old house
Do this. Is this
that used to
fucking
be a
real,
furniture
dog?
factory. Yes, this is real. Now, when Roger and I was in our old house in Illinois, you know, in our old house used to be an old furniture factory. And I was sleeping and I woke up, and when I woke up I had a vision of my divorce was going to happen, and not only that I had a vision of my divorce happening, but just be public with his divorce, I had predicted.
We lost you.
Dude,
JC Johnson,
I
you
can't, dude.
froze.
There, I'm sorry, bro. I mean no disrespect to JC. I mean no disrespect to the viewers. I
Is in the
can't
chat.
fucking do this, dude.
What do you
I
mean?
can't. There is something fucking off here, dog, and I cannot
What do
do
you
it.
mean,
This
breadstick?
is unfucking comfortable.
You good, dog?
No, no, I am not.
Was it the edible?
Usually my gift is
No, it's not. It's
my
not, bro. I'm fucking this has sobered me up. I am so fucking
You feel like
uncomfortable
some
right
weird
now.
energy? Like something
A
paranormal,
hundred
maybe?
percent.
Yeah.
Absolutely not, bro. I'm not gonna put out the type of energy that I'm feeling. I feel like this man was a victim,
Yeah, I
and I'll
agree with
leave it
that.
at that. I feel like that there are probably people in the chat, and there are people that will see this later that will understand exactly where I'm coming from. This is fucking uncomfortable, dude.
Oh, I get it. Dude, if you need to step
This is
out,
wrong.
nobody's going to hold it against. Wait, interviewing him's wrong?
I don't want to say what's wrong because I don't want to disrespect this man.
it's
Like,
okay. It's okay, breadsticks. I do not feel disrespected by you
He doesn't.
whatsoever.
He doesn't.
no, because you don't understand. What I'm gonna say is gonna be horrible, dude, and I can't do that to you. I don't
I've had
know
a
you
lot of
as a
people
person.
talk
I
horrible
d-
to me.
I don't know you as a person. I don't know your history. From what I do know in your actions and the way you are acting and speaking, it creeps me the fuck out. And I can't do it, bro. I've been around people like that.
We get you,
The
breadstick. You
vi-
know, you
the
yeah, I understand what it is. You know, you know, what was revealed earlier is pretty powerful, right? And it's very dark.
It
And just
is.
to know that that
It
happened, you
is
know,
very dark.
it takes some time to really, register the dark
Dude, bro,
reality
no,
of.
that's not it, bro. You look at this man's actions, and I'm going to tell you right now, if you don't take the proper steps, get the proper help, the cycle of abuse fucking repeats itself, dog. And this dude has obviously not gotten the help he fucking needs. And I don't want to say those things about him because I don't know his life. I've never heard accusations like that about him.
I'm
But I'm
actually going
saying
through counseling.
Yeah,
it's
he's going through counseling.
something's fucking off, dude. And I don't know what it is. But I can't fucking do it, dude. I don't know what it is. It's creeping me the fuck out.
No, I get it. I get it. And just
Like,
and
I'm
you have
sorry. I mean no disrespect. I don't know you, man, but
you're not being disrespectful.
It
I
is
mean,
okay, breadsticks.
you have every right to feel how you're feeling, just like, um
Absolutely. Absolutely.
but like, I don't know. I guess I've been around the block a little. So like I can talk about just about anything.
dude, I've been around the block too, man, and there are people that I would just choose to stay the fuck away from.
Oh, believe me, once I am in my house again, the ex will be gone because I will throw him out.
Man, that's
Dude, I
good.
don't think the ex is the only fucking problem here, dude. Like, I'm sorry. You say that your family was trying to stick. I think there's a reason your family was trying to stick up for you, homie. I'm really worried about you, but I'm also kind of worried about the people around you. Some ain't right.
I mean, yeah, and
I'm sure I'll be fine. Like I said, I'm going through counseling, so I'm sure I'll be fine.
one thing me and JC Johnson have talked about in the past is that, he may not be in the best situation right now, but he's doing everything he can to improve his situation. He's talking
Yep. And
to
the best way
professionals.
is for me to go where I'm gonna go. And a lot of people say that with me moving to South Carolina and stuff, because that's where I'm wanting to go to start a whole new life for myself, where it's just me and my dog, and and that's it. But people are saying to me, "Oh, you're going there because Mike's there," and I've told them, I said, "No, I'm not moving there because of Mike. I'm moving there because I want to start a whole new life for
No,
myself."
JC Johnson, I think if Breadstick was listening, what he would probably say is that, it would probably be best to stay close to family, Like that would be
A lot of
that
people have
would
told me
probably be
that.
the best thing for you. And I'm only telling you this because, I care, right? But you
Absolutely.
sometimes, moving away like that, it's just running away from your
Dog, quit
past problems.
sugarcoating it, dog. I'm gonna say it as it needs to be said right now. I'm just gonna fucking put it out there, bro. I don't know you, JC Johnson. I'm not gonna accuse you of anything, but I would tell anyone who is around you to watch children and everything around you. I can't fucking do this, dude. Twiggy,
Breadstick, I don't know about all
dude,
that.
I thought I was fucking bad, dude.
I don't know if we need to be like, going that far, Breadstick. I think,
Okay,
I
I'm
think that's
gonna
a
let
wild
you
thing to
guys
throw
know
out.
the fact that as far as kids, I have no any desire of being with a child whatsoever, just so you know.
Well, that's good. That's good. If you did, we wouldn't be talking anymore, Um,
Exactly. Like I don't get down with that, and I am not okay
If
with
you
that.
did like kids, would you come out here and say you like kids?
I don't like kids that way at all. I do not.
yeah, I don't think he
Absolutely
does,
am not
Breadstick.
into kids.
Yeah, that's taking it a little
His
too
tongue
far,
just
man.
seems off. His whole dynamic with loving his first husband and trying to defend that is
Yeah,
what
but
fucking
well,
throws me off.
of
And
course
then
he's
the
gonna
next
defend
dude is
that, Breadstick.
significantly
He was
older.
he was a kid
It
when they
can go
met.
either direction. Just fucking with
He
me,
was a
dude.
victim. There's psychological things that happen to you when you meet somebody that young, especially before you're fully developed,
You
that
want to
will
know
make
the
General
you.
Super
fucking
Chatted
truth, Twiggy?
$10.
You want to
Raised
know why
fist
this is so
emoji.
fucked
I
up?
stand with
I was a
JC
victim and I
Johnson.
became a
Raised fist
fucking criminal
emoji.
because of it, dog.
Yeah, but
The cycle repeats itself unless you get help.
yeah, and he's getting help, but like he still has some problems. Everybody does, but I wouldn't take
Right.
things that far. I wouldn't try to like
I
put that
wouldn't.
on
It
somebody.
just seems so
No,
off,
absolutely not.
bro. Something is
Nah,
creeping me out
nah,
bad, and I don't like it,
breadstick. You
dude.
can't put those kind of accusations out there though, man. Because that
I'm not putting that. Like I said, I mean no disrespect. I'm just
yeah,
being
but
honest with you
but
about how
even
I
if you mean
feel.
no disrespect, when you say something like that, that's just disrespectful. Unless you have proof. If you have evidence or you have something to back it up.
That's what I'm saying. I don't have evidence or anything. I'm saying off the body language. I don't know the history. There might be more to it that I don't understand. But off the information that I have heard, what you have told me, that's all I really know. You have been nothing but respectful to me, JC. You have talked to me nothing but respectful. And that's why I say, I mean, no disrespect. I do not want to put that title on you, but something about your mental state is fucking with me, dude. And I do not like it. That plus the information I have been giving, it's
Yeah,
enough
but
circumstantial evidence, in my opinion, to creep me the fuck out.
yeah, and I guess you can be creeped out, but like when he met Rodney, dude, he was a kid. That's not his fault. That's all on Rodney.
That's what
And
I'm saying, but you're defending it as a fucking adult.
well, of course he is. Of course he is, because those
That
feelings
was
that he felt as
that
a
was
kid are still there. Those feelings were there before his brain fully developed, right? It's it's
and like I
it's
said, that
it's
was
it's
my
it's something
husband.
that comes with being a
Was
victim.
Rodney a good man?
He was a good man.
We're
He
done.
never harmed. He never like laid a
We're
hand
done.
on me.
Yeah, but
I'm fucking done, dude.
JC, he wasn't a good man because he he was so much older than you, right? And you were a kid, and that's not okay in any scenario. And even if you guys got married when you were an adult, right? That
Like I was
relationship
18.
started when you were younger, and right at 18. So that's not. I know that he probably had a lot of ways that he was able to
There's no
justify
way
that
in
to you,
fucking
but it's
hell
not
that
okay.
relation started right at 18.
It did.
Don't fucking lie.
No, I would not lie to you, Breadstick.
You're
you met him
fucking
before
lying
then,
right
right?
now. When did that relationship start?
I was 18, almost 19 to 20,
Bullshit.
and I was with Rodney for a year.
Bullshit. You are the
calm
victim
down.
in this, JC. Rodney was not a good
How old
man.
were you when you met Rodney, JC Johnson?
Like I said, at that time I had met him, and I was with him for a year.
Yeah, but did you meet him at 18 or were you younger when you met him?
Like,
And it's
I would
okay, dude.
say-
We're not gonna judge you. We're on your side, right? It's just
I don't
it's
think
important.
in this situation you're in
Right.
the wrong. I'm just really worried.
It was just like a few days around the time that I had just turned 18.
All right. Well, it's still then if that's the case, and I'm gonna take your word for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
It doesn't add up. Your story doesn't add up. I can't.
breadstick, go take some time to cool off, man. Go drink some water. You're good, bro.
And the whole year of me being 18 is when I was with him.
Yeah, but you can understand what we're seeing, right?
I absolutely do
Yeah.
understand 100%.
And
Absolutely.
I agree with a lot of the stuff Breadstick's saying, right?
And I absolutely agree as well. I absolutely do.
And with stuff like this, it hits close to home to him. So, and I mean,
and I can see that.
yeah. So don't hold any fault against him. He's on your side, man. We're both on your side.
And I see that, and I appreciate it very much. I absolutely do.
But if you were 18 when you got married, at that point you are an adult, right? And there may still be
Right.
some weird stuff, going on there. But I'm not
Right.
necessarily going to tell you that was wrong. But there's still some stuff that with the story that we've heard and what we heard a little before when you
Mhm.
said you were a teenager, right? It's just
Mhm.
it's we got a few little things that we're concerned about. Right?
Absolutely, and I feel you on that. I
But
really
it's
do.
nothing against you, man. We feel like somebody
Mhm.
took advantage of you when you were younger and they they put some ideas into your head and that they kind of you I don't know that I'm trying to put it in the best way I can, right? But to put it as
Right.
blatant as possible, it just sounds like you were groomed. And that's not your fault and it's not anybody who lets that change the way they see you or they hold that against you, they're terrible people, awful people.
Right,
As
and it
far as
doesn't
that
mean that I would
situation
it doesn't
goes,
mean that I would be anything like the
No, it
people that have
doesn't.
done
It
stuff to
doesn't.
me, because I
There are
wouldn't do
people.
that.
It
There are
doesn't.
people who have
It-
been through something that repeat that cycle, and you know what? They're just as bad as the people who did it to them. I fully believe that, right?
Right.
But I'm not going to come out here and just say that you're going to do something because something was done to you, right? What you do
Right,
with your
'cause I
life
wouldn't.
and how you let your past affect you and impact you and the decisions you let that
Mhm.
impact, that's on you. And if you make the wrong decisions, you have to deal with that. All right?
Yep.
And if you do something bad enough, you better get the consequences you deserve. But right now, I don't have any
Exactly.
reason to believe that you're a bad guy at all. And I wouldn't
Right.
want to put that on you, right? Maybe
Exactly.
you're a little different, right? Nothing wrong with being different. All it means is that you stand out in a crowd. And that's not a bad thing, right?
Right.
I mean,
and
you're
like
up here with
I
us.
wouldn't do anything that could, lock me away, because I'm not anything like that. I was raised right.
Well, and what about like something that could impact somebody's life, right? Like maybe it wouldn't have any
Mhm.
negative repercussions for you, but what if it would just affect somebody else's life in a negative way, right?
Right.
Do
Would
we
you do
have
anything
anyone
like
else
that?
we can call
No.
in and ask about their opinion on this, dog? Because it's really fucking with me.
No. This was a plan that Ozzy had before you were on the show, Breadstick, before I even came back. They were gonna get JC Johnson, then I came back, and then Mike was removed from the show. It was this whole thing, right? But I still
Right.
think that he has the right to talk about his story. He has the right to talk about his
And let y'all
life.
get to know him.
And like I'm saying, with the first situation, he was definitely a victim in that situation, man.
And Breadsticks,
I
I
don't
do
like the
feel you, and I
defending it
and I
thing.
I see your point of view of it. I really do. But I promise you that what happened to me, I would never, ever, ever in my lifetime of my existence wouldn't
And
ever do anything like
CD
that.
probably would never
Well,
hurt a
here's the
fucking
thing.
kid
Here's the
either,
thing,
but
right? Right. The thing is,
he
like,
got crucified for
yeah, but
defending that shit,
this isn't
bro.
the same as what happened to CD, and it's
I get
different.
that it's different. I get that it's a little
because
different, but
Look,
Then
here's the
you're
thing,
with another dude who's
right?
significantly older than you.
Breadstick, you got to understand, right? It's a very common thing for people who are, we it's a very common thing when people who are groomed, they have this just deep connection. What they think is a deep connection, but it's not. It's a lie, right? But they think they have this
Right.
deep connection with somebody, and it can almost be intoxicating, right? This is your first love. You're excited. There's
Right.
all these things that you're feeling that you can use to justify it, right? But it
Right.
also, there's a lot of ways that these awful people will justify what they're doing to the person that they're doing it to, right? And they'll use
Right.
those, emotions that you're feeling, like this intoxicating feeling that you have, and they'll be like, "Look, this just shows that it's right. It feels right, doesn't it?"
Right.
For example, they'll say
And
all
with my
kinds of wild
second,
things.
right. And as far as my second,
Situation
the
just
whole
like I
time with
don't agree with
him,
fucking Boogie's situation, bro.
right. But the whole time with my second husband, who I'm dealing with now, I was, sex trafficked across state lines
And look, JC, you don't have to
by,
share anything you don't want to share, So
and
only share
that's
something
the
if
only thing
you.
else I'm going to share. But as far as it goes, like I said, I'm completely different. Like I wouldn't ever harm anybody. You know, like I am not into what people are going to try to make me out to be because of me being a victim of what I went through from both of the husbands I've been with. You know, because I wouldn't do that. I was raised by my mother who I love very much.
No,
And
I
wouldn't
believe you,
ever.
man. I don't think you have any negative intentions. Which on top of that, though, right? Because sometimes you don't have
Mhm.
bad intentions. You just do something stupid. But I don't think you are the kind of
Why do
person who's
you
just gonna
think
harm
Mike
people.
hates you, dude?
Mike doesn't hate him.
No,
Mike was
why do
looking
you
forward.
think Mike hates you, JC?
The reason why I feel like he hates me is because, like, when my sister had messaged him and used me as a threat to him, even though that he, when he read my comment, letting him know that I wouldn't harm him in any way, I wouldn't go to his house or anything like that. But even though he said that that he believes me, but I still feel like that, he hates
Why
me
did your
and
sister
doesn't
message
talk to me as much as he used to because he may still feel like he would be in fear because of what my sister had said to him.
That
Because his
makes no
sister said
sense,
some wild
dude.
stuff, dude. His sister said some wild stuff.
Why would your sister say that? Like,
Because
why?
she's mad and she's jealous the fact that I'm an entertainer. My numbers was going up on my channel because the content I was providing and the fact that I'm very gifted as I am, and she's stuck at a job that she works for, and they expect
So
me
when
to
you
be
say
like
you're an entertainer and
they
your numbers went up, like, what are your numbers? What are we
Look,
talking here?
right
There's
now.
got to be something I'm fucking missing, dude.
The numbers on my channel where I'm up to like 315 subscribers at the moment, and they were increasing.
I'm done.
It's
There is no fucking way you can be serious. I'm sorry, you got to be joking, dog.
no,
I
I'm not
told you
kidding.
you
I'm not
couldn't get
kidding.
me
My
crashed
numbers on
out. I get it.
YouTube,
I was wrong, dude.
breadstick, calm down.
my
It's
numbers on
okay.
YouTube as far as subscribers is up to 315 subscribers. That's what I have so far. And my sister,
That
she
doesn't make
saw.
sense. The chat's got to be fucking kidding. If you're disagreeing with me on this, you're fucking retarded, dude. There is something seriously fucking wrong with this situation. And there is no way you're just bypassing it, Twiggy.
I'm just trying to get the full story, man. I can't draw a conclusion until I hear everything. So,
He's gonna
Right.
keep fucking lying.
I
No,
mean,
I'm not lying. My channel
I
does have
think when it
315.
comes to these
I'm
situations,
not
because
saying that. I'm saying it
breadstick,
makes no.
I've been in stuff like
God,
this
he's more
many times.
retarded than
The
me,
best
dude.
the best way to handle it, Miss Breadstick, kick who? Kick JC Johnson or Breadstick? But the best way to handle situations like this when you're trying to get the full story is just to ask questions, and
Mhm.
after you get the answer, ask more questions
Questions
from
to
those
sit with.
answers.
Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna catch my breath. I was asking questions, and every question I asked the answers got worse.
Yeah, but sometimes in these situations, you gotta kind of keep it together and keep on asking the questions because that's how you get the full story. And if there's
I don't know if
context
we
that's
need the full
missing, if
story.
there's context
So-
that's missing, then the best way, to handle
Yeah.
that is to keep on asking questions because eventually, the trust will be there where you can get those full answers, right? Regardless of how you feel, right? Because when it comes to an interview, right? If something fucked up comes up, we got to bring it up, like the situation with his first husband. But we've got to keep it together, and the last thing we want to do is scare JC off. Is basically what I'm trying to get at, right, JC?
Right, and I think we've already, done and dealt with the first.
Yeah, we've
thing of-
gotten most of that. So now I guess what we should do is we should just try to move on because maybe we
Continue
won't
with
ever
the
get the
interview.
full story and it's really not our place to get the full story, right, JC?
We'll continue. We'll
Right.
continue.
Yeah. So
So
I
your
say we
channel
move
has
on.
315 subscribers, right?
We move
Yes,
on from the
if you look
darker
at my
stuff.
if you look up my
All right,
channel, you'll see that
you
it's
know what? You know what?
315.
I'll say right here, I don't have that many subscribers. I probably never will.
I don't know how many subscribers I have.
So I'll fucking, you know what? It is what it is. But you're saying that your sister did something that could have potentially ruined your life because you had 315 subscribers on YouTube.
Yes, she basically, when like I said, when she knows that
That doesn't
fact
make sense.
All right,
do you
breadstick,
see why
breadstick.
that
Listen,
doesn't
theory.
make
Here,
sense?
watch.
So-
This is how you do it. All right, so you're saying because of the amount of subscribers you have, right? That your sister was
Yes.
jealous because of the success that came with these 300 and
yes, and the
16
fact that I
subscribers?
landed, and the fact that you guys offered a interview,
Mhm.
she saw that because I was in the LCU chats, getting to know you guys. I paid for the memberships and everything. I was engaging with you and
Mhm.
Steak and Mike and Tina and all and everybody that within the shows that I watch, and got known for defending you guys, and
Let me see if I can
and
find
my
it.
numbers were increasing as well as because of that as well. She noticed
Mhm.
that, and she got mad because her and my mom, they expect me to have the type of jobs that I am not equipped for, that I do not have any knowledge of, that I do not have any skills of,
Let me see if I
other
can
than just
find it.
entertainment. And they think that the entertainment stuff that I do is nonsense, and they're mad and jealous that I have talent and they don't. And they know that I'm going to be very successful when my channel, reaches 100K to a
Mhm.
million, and I'll be making money off of that through my own channel.
So now with your sister, growing up together, being siblings, there's
Mhm.
always issues that come with that. You won't always get along. Was there anything that was like a precursor, running up to this jealousy that you say she had, right? Was there
Mhm.
did you guys like fight a lot growing up? Has there always been some kind of,
We would fight
negativity
every
there?
now and then,
Yeah.
and but we was close at one time as well.
Yeah, I get that. So when it came to her, right? You guys
Mhm.
never got like physically violent or anything like that,
No,
did you?
I've
I didn't think so.
never laid a hand on my sister.
Oh yeah, because it's wrong to lay a hand on a woman in general, regardless of if
Absolutely,
their family, right?
right. And
But I
don't get me
guess
wrong, I still love my sister.
yeah, I get that because I found her comment a little while back. I'm gonna try to see if I can find it again. I just don't remember what stream that comment was left on.
Mhm.
I'm trying to
Can
go.
someone get Mike somehow? Dude, I'll stay up late if I have to. I don't give a shit. There's a whole nother side of this story. I need to fucking
Well,
understand.
all I can really tell you about the Mike side of things without getting him in here, because I've messaged him, but I haven't heard anything back. He's probably asleep. But Mike was one of the
Probably.
ones who was helping set up the interview, right? The first time, and then
Mhm.
the interview fell through the first time. That's when I was around. Then all of this drama that you've heard about Breadstick, that's when that went down, was around that time. But then after I left the show, they ended up JC and Mike ended up, settling that, and you were gonna come on the show again before I came back,
I
right?
need to hear the other side of the
What?
story before I can be comfortable with this at all.
I get that. It's just I can't get
No,
Mike in here.
I get what you're saying, but like, from what I'm
Like
seeing in the
Taylor,
chat, there's several people
she
that agree with
realized
me. There's
when
something not right about this.
right when my twin sister realized that Mike, was engaging with me as far as when the interview and everything, and him reading my comments, and stuff. My sister and I and my mom, we was having a family dispute, and Taylor, my sister, she just decided to, and she knew that if I got brought on the show, met Mike, and chances are the more entertaining I would be, that I probably would end up becoming an intern, possibly, maybe,
I have a
on here,
question that
and she
might break
decided
this
to go
whole thing
after my
open for
career.
me. Wait, I have a question that might break this whole thing open for me. Does your sister have a severe mental disability?
She has MS.
Multiple
That's not
sclerosis, which is
that's
an
not a
MS.
severe
Yeah.
mental disability. I have a friend with
No,
MS who's a mother and doing, it makes life difficult, don't get me wrong, but that is not a severe mental disability.
no. You're right.
Iggy,
It's not a mental disability, but she does have MS.
I'm
That's the
gonna
only
I'm
thing
gonna
she
let
has.
Iggy question you from here out because I think that is all I needed to know about your story.
Yeah, I mean, like, here's the thing, Breadstick. The guy straight up told us, he hasn't had the best life, right? He's had
Neither
a
have I.
difficult
Mhm.
life, and all that does is, that can do two things. It can either make you a stronger person or it'll break you, right?
Absolutely.
And I don't think J.C. Johnson's a broken person, right? I think he has problems. I think I have problems. I think you have problems. Maybe to
And I try to work
varying
through them.
degrees, but we all have problems. We all have
We do.
past.
I
We all
won't
have things
deny
that have
that.
happened to us in the past, right? But I don't.
I get
Besides, like
that,
some of
but
his
like,
actions online, because we got to be honest, right? Yeah, some of your
I
actions
could be a bit
online.
mean online. I
Yeah, your
can
your
be.
actions online not good. But did anything ever break the barrier of being online? Did anything go in real life? Have you ever shown up to somebody's house or like anything like that? Because I haven't
No.
seen any evidence of it, which I also don't know everything, right? And right now, because
Right.
it's just us, I'll take your word for it. If I hear something different in the future, I'll look into it, right? Because
Right.
I have to. But as it sits, I don't think you're a bad guy. All right?
No. And you know, as far as it goes, speaking, to my lawyers and stuff, they've even advised me to just let it go
Yeah.
of
how do
all
you
the
have
stuff
so
that,
much
so, and I
contact
have.
with lawyers? Like, what's going on in your life that you need lawyers on the call like that?
These lawyers are for, the history that I have with the first love, as far as with my inheritance.
So, what do inheritance lawyers have anything to do with suing Michael or
It's
what? This doesn't.
I wouldn't be suing Michael. I would never sue him. I don't
Well,
have
here's
no
the
But
thing,
problem with
that's
right?
it.
what you're saying your sister threatened to do.
No, he threatened to sue Scooter and Gidgey, and he didn't even
He threat.
Well, actually, you did. You didn't just say you were going to send lawyers. You said a lawsuit, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So he did threaten to sue them. But you
Not
know,
Mike. I would not sue Mike. I wouldn't sue him
but
because I
here's the
don't have a
thing,
problem
right?
with him.
What
He didn't
Breadstick's
do
trying to
anything.
get at is, I'm going to be honest with you, right?
Hmm.
There is no possible way you could have taken any of them to court and not been laughed at. All
No.
right. You would have had to pay their court fees. If you took Gidgey and Scooter to court like you actually did, you could get them into a courtroom. That's possible,
Right.
right? But all you would do is
Right.
end up costing yourself a lot of money because they committed no crimes, right? It doesn't matter what
Right.
hurts your feelings. And I know,
Right.
it can feel very real, but it doesn't matter what they say online.
And I
There's
would have
nothing
lost.
there's nothing you could do to sue them, right? So the minute you
Right.
go out and make another mistake like that, and you know this, right? We gave you a second chance. The minute you go out and like lose your
Right.
shit again like that, you're gone. All right?
Right.
You'll be banned and all of that, but you've been pretty good. So I don't have a reason to think that'll happen again. You get a little
Another
wild in the chat
question.
sometimes, saying
I
fuck you and
do.
all that, but
I'm not
you're
afraid to
not
admit that.
threatening to
I get a
sue
little
people.
wild.
Yeah, you get a little
It's
wild.
cool to get wild and shit like that, but I have another question. You're answering me honestly, right, JC?
Of course.
Are you sure weed is the only substance you fuck with?
Mhm.
Yes, weed is the only substance that I
There
do.
is no fucking way,
And I
dude.
will do mushrooms. That's it. It's weed and
There
mushrooms,
is no
cigarettes. That's
fucking
it.
way.
Weed and mushrooms is all I do.
Dude,
Look, Breadstick, he's just look, he's got some disabilities.
I do.
That's really all it is, right? You're
There's
trying to
this,
associate
this,
one thing with another. He's got some disabilities,
I don't.
like, like
I'm visually impaired, basically.
Yeah,
Which is
visually
why I said
impaired.
I'm half
That's
blind.
not. That does not make
And-
up for what has been said tonight. There is a huge part of this story that I have got to be fucking missing. Am I getting punked? What is it?
No, I would not lie to you.
He wouldn't lie to you, Breadstick. He wouldn't lie to
I
either
know
of us.
you probably wouldn't. It's Twiggy I'm fucking wondering about now.
What am I doing? We've had this. This is something we wanted to do for a while.
I just found out about it today, and it has completely fucking mind
Breadstick.
fucked me, dude.
Breadstick, we planned this out Friday.
Did we? I
That's
wasn't
when we,
there.
that's
for
when we
it, man.
announced. That's when we announced.
Oh yeah.
You
at
said
the
you
end
were
of the stream.
watching.
You're right. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, we
yeah.
did talk about it.
Because
Okay.
you were on
Sorry,
some of
my-
the stream and then you left, but yeah, we talked about it, and then I've talked about it a few times. Probably every time we've been live, I've talked about getting JC Johnson on.
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
but I didn't realize what you like.
I mean, everything I told you is the absolute truth. I would never lie.
I believe him.
I don't. I can't, bro. I can't. Because if I believe him, that means I have to believe my thoughts about him, and I really don't want to because he seems like such a nice dude in the chat when he talks to me.
Look, I've talked to JC a lot. He smokes cigarettes. He smokes some reefer. Some reefer. Excuse me. Shout out Xylee.
Yeah.
And then he does a little bit of mushrooms. Because mushrooms will make you see things you don't otherwise see when you're halfway blind, right?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
That's what mushrooms do. But that's it. It's weed and mushrooms.
All right.
Super
Tech
chatted
with
$10. What's his
I don't know if
MMA
they can hear the
record
TTS
because
or
he
not.
has
I'm
that
hoping that
face?
it's working. It's showing up on the screen. It's very small.
What was that TTS message?
All right. So it says, "What's his MMA record?" Because he has that face. They're saying you look like a fighter, dog. You know what I'm saying? They look, that whole thing. So you ever done any kind of professional fighting?
I don't do whatever you call it, professional fighting. I don't do that.
From what you've told me, you say things online, but you're not really one to fight.
I'm not one to fight.
And Gidgey?
I did say that I would send a lawsuit in lawyers.
Are either of them
to
online?
board.
I've got to be missing something, dude. Are either of them online and able to come in and fucking explain what I am missing here?
I don't know. If they're in the chat,
someone
They can come in if they need to explain
Fernando
themselves,
with 199 says, "Add me in. I know him in real life. I can help."
I don't
dude, the
give
thing
a fuck. I need to know about the situation. If you know him in real life and you like him in real life, you're gonna fucking defend him. If you know him in real life and you don't like him in real life, you're gonna shit on him.
what do you feel like's missing? Where do you see the holes in the stories?
Dude, listen to the fucking stories.
Yes, Tech, he's shaking bad because he's outside and it's cold. From
No,
the
I think
stories
he's
that I've
talking
heard,
about
dude,
me. I'm
from the
fucking
stories that
shaking.
I've heard, the only things that I've heard is he routinely got taken advantage of by people, right? That's the only things
That's
that I
it,
was
yes.
able to gather from each story, right?
Yes.
I haven't heard one thing that makes me think that he's a bad guy. Besides, like some of the YouTube stuff, right, is a little wild. But it's online. You're behind a screen. You're
Right,
not
it's a
worried about what people
persona.
are gonna do. Yeah. But
like the where I look like a fighter where I would fight somebody. That's my YouTube persona.
yeah,
In real life, I'm a nice person. I would not lay hand on anyone. When someone if they want to try to act like they're going to fight me, I usually back down and
Criminal record?
and I just I'm very nice but also cautious and respectful.
Do you have a criminal record?
No, I do not.
Okay, that's good to hear. That's a plus.
yeah. No,
Doesn't necessarily mean anything solid, but it's a good sign.
I just
I've
don't know why you
never
think he's a
hit
bad guy,
anyone.
Breadstick.
I'll talk to you about it when he's not around because I do not want to disrespect this man.
All right, I understand that. That's reasonable.
I do understand breadsticks.
Yeah. It's
You know-
I'm sorry, dude. Like I said, you've always been respectful to me. There's just serious holes in what I'm hearing.
Like I said, on Queens, when Gidgey and Scooter was attacking Albert, the stuff I said that I would, where I said that I would send lawyers in a lawsuit to their house because of what they were saying and what they were doing towards Albert and Tina, and I didn't like it, and I was defending them, and that's when I got banned.
Though, bro.
That's that. I mean, that part of the story is true. Like he
Yeah,
threatened
but
he
that's the
threatened to sue
problem. Is
them.
that's some crackhead shit to say, bro.
I mean,
Like
And I
that's
was
not
I was
like
completely
trolling. That's
sober.
just a
I was
dumb fucking
absolutely
thing to
sober. I wasn't
say.
on weed. I wasn't on
God,
weed. I
bro, just
wasn't
stop
on
talking because
nothing.
you're not making it any better.
he's just a little, he's a little passionate when it comes to YouTube. He doesn't think before he
Twiggy, you
acts.
have someone worse than me.
Well, I like people who, I like to see the good in people, So when it comes to
Yeah.
people who are usually outcasts and things like that, those are my people, man. You got like Breadstick, you're my people. And JC Johnson, you're my people. I'm not saying you guys are the same. You guys are wildly different people, right? But one thing we all got
Right.
in common is, we're not like everybody else. All right? We
We're
kind of
absolutely
broke the
completely different.
mold. Each one of us broke separate molds, so we're all different, but
Right.
like y'all
Yeah,
my
but you're
people.
saying, and I mean no disrespect, but dude, you should.
I gotta poop.
Fuck! I should have looked into him.
I farted. Is that funny, JC Johnson? Is it funny that I farted?
We have a
Yes, it
docket
is.
team, right, Twiggy?
We do.
Can I ask them to dig into something for me?
Yeah, you can have them look into
Oh,
whatever you
okay,
want.
cool. I'm gonna have them dig into something because I'm fucking confused.
Look, I get it, man. I get it. Because you don't have the like me and JC Johnson. We have an established friendship. So like
Yeah, I don't
we've done
know
some
the
talking,
history. That's why I'm not trying to disrespect him. I don't know the history.
and
I don't know the full story,
And
but
every
like,
every time he's ever done anything in the LCU and gotten any trouble for it, he's apologized. And a lot of the time he apologized before, there was any consequences. Like I know
Right.
when the Scooter and Gidgey stuff happened, you messaged me to reach out to them and, apologize and say that you weren't
so if a
serious.
serial
Yeah.
killer apologizes before he gets caught for the murders, does that make him unpunishable?
Well, the
Does
serial
that make
the
him
serial
right?
killer murdered people. JC Johnson
This
didn't.
guy could have too. Look at him.
It's hard to murder somebody if
I
you're
wouldn't kill
blind, right,
anybody.
JC Johnson?
Even if I
I
wasn't
don't
one,
even
I
know if
still
he's
would.
actually blind, dog. I
Bro,
don't know. It all sounds like a
he's
lie.
blind.
I am
You've
blind.
got to be fucking
I'm not
with
able.
me,
I'm not
bro.
eligible for a driver's license. I cannot drive.
The motherfucker can't even drive.
Now I can own a vehicle, but I just cannot drive it. I
On the
have to have
road. It has to be
somebody drive.
public, or it has to be
Yep.
private.
I have to have a private driver, or I have to utilize public transportation.
Dude, imagine how cool it would be if you had a chauffeur. Like this dude who would drive you anywhere. It'd be
Well,
pretty
I do
cool.
have a friend of mine, and she works for a cab company, and she actually told me herself that she would want to actually work for me as my personal driver, and I told her that I would not mind hiring her as my driver.
That'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool.
And she's a very good friend of mine.
And like that's one thing about him, JC Breadstick, because he has a lot of good friends. There's a lot of friends in his life. I've heard from them personally too. Like
Like
Fernando
I
in the
said,
chat.
from everything I've heard from him, he's a very nice man.
Now,
From
Breadstick,
what I've heard and seen, and I
looking
get being a
at my
Discord
face,
troll or a chat troll or whatever. I'm just saying something's. And from what I'm seeing in the chat, it seems like a decent amount of people agree with me, Twiggy.
Mhm.
That something's off.
with what I went through, it is a lot to take in, and I can understand that, and I feel you on the way you feel, and what you have said to me, Breadsticks, I absolutely understand, and I do agree with you. I really do.
I mean, none of us knew any of this until today, Breadstick. Like that
Right.
part of the story, none of us knew. I didn't knew,
I mean,
or I didn't know.
as far as my
The chat
first,
didn't.
right, and as far as my first, I absolutely agree with the words you have said.
You completely
Absolutely.
defended him. The only reason that you're fucking agreeing with what I said now is because you see that it got a genuine fucking response, bro. Defending that was wrong. You say you've been in this
I'm not
community.
saying that what he did
No,
was
no,
wrong
no,
because
no,
it
no,
is
no,
wrong.
no, 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 no. You say you've been in this community. I get that your feelings towards this dude were genuine, but you know what happened with the CD shit, right? That was over fucking defending those actions. I get that you might have loved that dude, but you defended him. And then on top of that, the dude you were with after that apparently was significantly older than you, which means you have no problem with a dude who is significantly older being with a dude dude or female or whatever gender significantly younger, dude. That is fucked up.
I mean, there's definitely some weird optics to the second one too, because
Weird.
he was a
The
lot
whole
older than
thing
you.
is fucking
But
weird,
like
bro.
at that point, they're both grown men. I'm not as worried
Twiggy,
about.
I love you, and JC, I honestly mean no disrespect, but like I said, it's fucked up. There's got to be part of the story that I'm missing.
But
Because
with the
this ain't
first
cool.
relationship, the issue that Breadstick has, right? Now, I think he is
Mhm.
going about it the wrong way. The issue he has is that, yes, you did defend it, right? But also, you
I'm
were the
not
victim
denying
in that
that.
situation.
I get
It is
that. I get
there
that.
is psychological, aspects that go into a victim defending the offender, right? So we can't
Mhm.
blame him for defending that. We can try to help him
Now, I don't.
understand why it's
Now, I
not
do
right to
not
defend it.
condone. Right, but like I said, I do not condone older people being with people that are much
I
younger.
also don't like that
I
he's
do not
lying
defend that.
about how old he
I
was
do not
when it
condone that.
started.
Well, I mean, yeah, but that's what, yes,
To me, it's just defending it. It's continuously defending it, and that's not right, man. Like, I get it. You were the victim. I 100% get that. And I feel for you there. But the problem is with something like that is the victims have such a chance to defend it and think that it is right or think that it is okay. And that is where the issue is coming from. I feel for you, and I really hope you get the help in life that you need, dog, because
I'm
you're a
going through
genuinely
counseling.
good person from everything I know, from everything you have said to me. I have nothing but love and respect for you, and I hope the best for you. But mentally, there is something that isn't right there that you need help with. And
I'm getting counseling.
I really
Getting
hope
counseling.
I'm not the only one who sees it and not the only one who is incredibly uncomfortable by this.
Like I said, I am going through counseling.
I mean, at this point,
I
right? Like, he's going through counseling. Maybe there will be more steps that need to be taken, past that. But that's not really
Mhm.
for us to say. That's for the counselor to say. So hopefully he has a good counselor, right?
I do, and I like my counselor. Like she's an amazing counselor, and we talk every session I go to, or at least if I'm not able to make it to that session, we will have a session over the phone.
Yeah, and
You know,
like I know because you've told me you take it very seriously,
I absolutely do take it
and
very seriously.
but also when it does come to stuff like that, it is hard to talk to somebody who you haven't known for for years and years and years about these personal things. So
Right.
but the counselor, that's somebody who is there for you. It doesn't matter what it is that you tell them, they're going to understand it. They're not going to judge you, and they're gonna
Right.
help you out with it, right?
And
So
like I
it
said,
is
I
important.
what I went through. Go ahead, Breadstick.
JC has always been respectful to me. He has never done anything or said anything towards me that makes me feel he is a bad person. I want to say that right now. I have no evidence, no proof, nothing about this guy, but every story he has fucking told tonight it's genuinely creepy. You don't get it. I'm the type of dude that can watch horror films and they don't bother me. What
I
this
get that.
dude has said, what has came out of his mouth, has genuinely bothered me.
Yeah, but
Twiggy, you have
everything.
heard some of the shit that I will say in VC. I genuinely do not generally give a fuck.
I know.
But there is something wrong here.
But almost every story we have heard, he's not the one, doing any of the problematic things, right? He's always the one getting taken advantage of, except for when he was, typing shit in YouTube chats, right? Other than
Right.
typing shit in YouTube chats, have you heard anything about him where he wasn't the victim or he wasn't the one being taken advantage of?
I'm not saying he wasn't.
Because like
I don't know. I'm
one of the
saying
reasons
there's
his
more to the
sister,
story. There's
one of
got to
the
be something somebody's not getting across to me somewhere.
one of the
Like
reasons his
there's got to
sister
be
didn't
something
want.
about this guy's psyche I don't understand or something because something just doesn't make sense.
I mean, I get that, right? But like,
Mhm.
maybe why his sister reached out, and I don't remember the message. I just remember it was saying, that he, he, it was a bunch of just stuff that I didn't have any evidence of, and she didn't have any evidence of, right? It was just her saying that he was crazy and all this stuff, right? I don't think he's
Okay, but
That's what
crazy,
she was trying to make me out to be as a crazy
Take a deep
person.
breath quick. Well, just
but
hear me out here, man. You can find someone guilty based off circumstantial evidence that something is fucking wrong. His sister had no reason to fuck him over. His story makes no sense.
But what I was getting to is
It
maybe his
absolutely
sister
does
just
make
didn't
sense
want him
because
being taken
It
advantage
makes
of, right?
no sense, dude.
But like
It
Brett,
makes
she's
no
mad and
sense.
jealous because of the fact that I'm succeeding in the best way that I do on my channel. She knows that I pump out videos as far as, I will do challenges as far as like with the Burger King challenge thing I did that one, and then I'll release my music, and stuff.
now, Breadstick, one thing I can say is we never heard from his sister while he was donating to like Queens and stuff like that,
hmm
or while he was in our chat talking. We never heard from her, right? It was the minute that we were
She
going to
I
have
actually
him
had
on the
spoken
Where's
show.
to.
the, where's the story come from then?
It was the minute we were going to have him on the show, his sister reached out and said, "Don't do it," and that he's crazy and all this stuff, and that he'll kill Mike in his sleep or whatever. I don't remember the exact message, but maybe she was saying that
I have
because
the
she didn't
clip.
want
The
him.
problem, dude, is like her calling and saying that mixed with his actions makes sense that she might have had a genuine worry. He said she has no mental illness, bro.
Well, he said she didn't have any mental disabilities. Mental illness is something completely
Or yeah,
different.
like
Yeah.
her thought processes aren't fucked up. He said that they're just basically a normal brother and sister. I get he keeps bringing up the YouTube thing, but he ain't fucking succeeding
No,
like
I mean
that.
there's
Fuck, bro,
there's
I'm
something.
not succeeding like that. You're
I'm
not
not
succeeding.
saying that I'm like,
I'm saying the
famous or
story makes
anything.
no goddamn sense.
Look, maybe she just didn't want him to come on because she didn't want him getting taken advantage of because he was willing to spend money and all that stuff. I told him I don't want his money and that he's not allowed to spend money on the channel. Right? So there's nothing I'm
That's
gonna
what
do to
you
take
just said.
advantage of JC Johnson. I mean, you could look at me having him
Yeah,
on
no,
as
I
taking
don't want
advantage,
that.
but
I
and that's
truly
up to
hope
you.
that my thoughts are just random thoughts, and I hope that none of them are fucking true. But
Like I said, Breadsticks, I do have the clip where Mike himself stated and said that he had gotten a message from my sister saying that I was stalking him and that I would kill him in his sleep.
why would your sister send that message, dude? You haven't.
Because, again, like I said, she knows that I do YouTube videos and
And
she
you do
knows
make
how
videos about Mike, right? You make videos writing songs for Mike and stuff like that.
I've only written
You're in
like
all the chats.
right.
You interact with all his tweets, right?
I do.
And anybody who's associated with him,
And I
then you
share his
start to,
stuff.
you
You're
start to
not
build a connection with
helping him,
him.
Twiggy. You're not
What
helping
do you
him,
mean? I'm just
dog.
asking questions, Breadstick.
You know what?
Like
Keep
I do
going.
share
Keep going. I'm
Mike's
gonna mute my mic
videos.
for a second and just listen.
All right. Yeah. So like anywhere he goes online, you follow him too, right?
Right. And
Doesn't
I
matter
share
what
his stuff
community.
and I'll give him a comment or two, share his stuff. I tell people to go check his stuff out, on Facebook
Yeah,
as
you
well as
promote him.
Twitter.
Yep.
And I promote him, and stuff like that, and when I see anybody in the chats of the LCU disrespect him, I will go in the chats. I'll defend him.
Hmm.
Whenever people are being rude to him on Twitter, I will also defend him there too,
And
as
like
well as also
if
Facebook.
he was to put on Twitter, hey, I'm about to go film at this the Florence, South Carolina Bucky's, right? And you knew he was going to be there. Would you show up to say hi?
If I happen to be there already, I would say hi, but that
All right.
doesn't mean that I would just like, okay, he's going to be there, so I should go there. I would
Yeah,
not,
yeah, I get that. I get
I
that
wouldn't do that to
100%.
him
And like if he
because
said it
that's
was a fan
creepy.
meetup, then there's no problem with it, right?
Right. If it was a fan meetup, then yes. But if there's not going to be a fan meetup, no, I wouldn't just show up out of the blue, like that.
And like
You know,
if he was going to Disney, right? And you had the money to go to Disney, right? You know,
right.
and you just, you're
I
just
wouldn't just
going to
show up there
Disney.
because he's there.
Yeah, you would go to Disney to go to Disney, but it would just be cool that he was there, so you go anyway.
Right. Whether he's there or not, I would just go.
Yeah. So okay, yeah. Yeah, I get you 100%, man.
And like, I will tell you this, there was a time when I was in South Carolina, because I was looking for a place out there, and I had gone to dinner with a friend that I knew out there, and I went to Hall's Chop House, and I tweeted
Mike's
to
favorite
Mike and let him
place,
know that I
yeah.
was in. I let him to know that I was in town, and he tweeted at me back and said, wanted me to show the pics of the food, and I did, and I offered for him and his wife and kids to join me and my friend for dinner, and told them that they can if they want to. But I also understand if they couldn't make it. I understand there's always next time.
Yeah,
But
that's an
I did not show
invitation,
up
yeah.
where he was out. Right, I did not show up where he was at or where he was staying at.
Has there ever
I
been a
did not
time where you
show
were
up.
close to where Mike was, you knew where he was, and you didn't show up because that would be weird?
Like I said, no matter where he was at, I did not show up there because I just did not want to scare him,
Yep.
and I didn't want anything to go wrong.
Exactly. Breadstick, he doesn't
And
sound like a stalker to me.
I would not do that to him.
I get it, man.
During the time of
I
his videos,
understand why you guys told me never to fucking dox myself again, dude.
Yeah, it makes sense.
yep.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, JC Johnson, you wouldn't want, like, nobody wants their information out there, right?
Right. I mean, I like I said, I wouldn't just randomly show wherever he's at. I wouldn't do that. And
No,
like
no,
whenever
you
he's
just
going through,
Do you keep tabs on where he's at when you can?
no, I don't.
all
That's
right.
good.
Yeah,
That's good.
but you just follow him anywhere you can, on the internet, because there's nothing wrong with it. You're a fan, right? So it doesn't
I'm a
matter
fan,
where he goes. He could have a fucking TikTok account where he's posting, dance videos that nobody's supposed to see, right? You'd find it, and you'd
Right.
follow him there, right?
I just watch his videos and then I share them and promote them.
Exactly.
And I'll make a comment here and there.
Yeah, he's just a fan, Breadstick. That's all he is.
Yep. I mean, even like during the time when his divorce began, and he was pumping out the videos about that, I would go on a call with some friends of mine, and I would talk about it, and one of my old friends was telling me, "Oh, you should go over to where he's staying at and
Can you
talk
back
to
the
him." And
camera
I
up
said,
just a little bit? Thank you. That's
Your
perfect.
friends are telling you to go find him?
They were. One of them was, and I said, "Absolutely not." I said that is creepy.
Mm-hmm.
I said that is stalking, and
Mhm.
I do not sit well with that. I said I'm a big time fan of him, and I will
Internet,
not do
download
creepy
Surfshark
shit.
now.
Like I've absolutely have told one of them that I will not do that.
No,
I don't like
of course
that stuff.
not. Of course. Like, here's the thing, dude. I used to be the same way with Jenna Marbles, bro, back when she was on YouTube. Like,
Mhm.
dude, if Jenna Marbles was anywhere on the internet, bro, I was there too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And like, I'm gonna be honest, man. Like, if she was to say that she was like at an Applebee's, right?
Mhm.
Out of curiosity, what's to stop me from going to the Applebee's and getting a drink, right?
Get yourself canceled, dude.
Doesn't mean I'm gonna
Don't try to sweep. Don't try to defend it at
I'm
this
not trying to
point.
sweep or defend him. I'm trying to get information. That's all.
Right. That's what I'm just saying. Like
Would it be
one of
weird
my
if I
old friends.
showed up to the Applebee's to get a drink with Jenna Marbles, or not even with Jenna Marbles, just to go and see her in person? I may not even say hello. Would it be weird if I did that?
I mean, if you're just getting a drink and you're just watching her, that would be
If
creepy.
you just went
would be
to
creepy.
stare
Okay.
at her,
Yeah.
it would be weird.
Okay, I think I get it, right? Yeah. So if I
Right.
showed up at an Applebee's to get a drink with, not with Jenna Marbles, but get a drink and maybe see Jenna Marbles, maybe she like thinks I'm good looking and comes and says hello, right? That would be weird.
Right.
All right, I'm not going to do that.
And that's what I'm saying. One of an old friend of mine, when she said, "Oh, you should go to where he's staying at," and I said, "Absolutely not." I said, "I am not doing that."
You guys know where he was staying.
How did they know
Like
where
I
he was
didn't even know.
staying?
Like
Well, what's the connotation to you knowing where the fuck he was?
I
I need the
didn't know.
whole story right now.
Like I said, I was watching Mike's videos and stuff, but like I said, I didn't know where he was actually staying at because I don't keep tabs on him. It's not my place to, and I
It
wouldn't
doesn't
do
make
that.
sense with what you just said about your friend telling you to go to where he was. That would insinuate you knew where the fuck he was.
No, I didn't know where he was. All I know is that he was staying somewhere. Like I said, I don't keep addresses on places he stays at because that's weird.
It is weird. I agree with that. We can all agree on
Michael,
that.
I really hope you have security or some shit at your house. This dude is insane.
I don't think you're insane, JC Johnson.
Like
I
I said, I
don't. I
wouldn't.
don't. You know,
Just
as I
because
said,
one
you
of
know,
my friends told me to go to where he was at doesn't
his
mean that I
friends.
was going to do that, because I wouldn't ever do that. And
Yeah,
I've
he
told
would
them,
never do
I
Wait,
that.
flat out
that
told them
he
no.
knew where he was. Do you not see an issue with that?
Everybody that watches my channel knew that he was staying, someplace, but
But
like
you
I
knew
said,
where
I
that place
wasn't
was,
going
right?
there. And
But you
But
have
you
a
knew where that
general
place.
idea of where that someplace was.
do I have a genuine
A
idea?
general idea, an
General.
estimation of where that place was.
Well, like I said, he was staying at an Airbnb, but like I said,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have the address, nor do I want the address,
All
because
right.
I would not go there whether I had it or not.
Obtaining the fucking address?
No,
Then why would you bring that up? Why would.
I
Well,
brought it
Mike
up
says all the
because,
time he
like I
stays
said,
at Airbnbs. I mean,
It's the
because I
way
was
he's
watching the
wording it,
videos.
Twiggy. It is the way he is wording it. It is the story he is telling.
I guess I think I can just see both sides. I don't know. I'm not trying to be a fence sitter or anything. I get both sides. I understand JC Johnson's point of view. I did have a thing for Jenna Marbles.
Everybody else's?
I understand
Don't
everybody's
say
point of view when
mine.
it
It
comes
is
to it.
it is fucking everybody else's point of view. There is something wrong here.
I
There's
don't know
either
if
a
I agree
huge
with
chunk of
that.
the story missing, or you're completely fucking with me, or we need to be seriously fucking worried.
I don't know if we need to be worried.
Dude,
I think JC Johnson's harmless. I don't think he'd hurt a fly.
I wouldn't harm.
I thought Dahmer was too.
Yeah, but then he killed people. If something comes out that JC Johnson killed somebody, I'd be like, yeah, that guy right there, that's not my boy anymore.
That's my
You guys have
fucking
nothing to
point.
worry about. I would
I
not
know.
harm anybody.
No, I know. You wouldn't even go
You
hunting,
know
right?
who else would say that,
No,
JC?
God no.
You know exactly who would say that? Somebody who intended to harm somebody.
No, because I would never harm somebody. I'm not going to harm anybody. Does that mean I'm intending on harming somebody? I would never harm you,
Could be.
Breadstick.
You
Even
could
though I've
be.
said
It'd
I'll
be a
come
good
to your house and
defense.
beat you up, I would never harm you.
Fuck you will. You're still gonna do it someday. I'm waiting for it. You just wait. I'm gonna tickle the shit out of you.
Now, was that a little creepy, him saying he would tickle me, JC Johnson? Be honest.
Yeah, but you and I
That kind
are like that,
of sounded a
dog.
little bit creepy.
And you know what's the creepiest part about it, JC Johnson?
What?
I'd like it.
No,
I don't
that
think
is
he's
a
a
little
bad
bit
guy.
creepy.
Look, if I see any kind of evidence that he is, or if I start to get like a weird vibe, I already question everything, right? But like,
Right.
if I hear something, that you did, I'd have no choice but to, not associate with you anymore, right?
Absolutely, and I would totally
But
understand that.
but I'm somebody who believes in second chances. I think you did
Right.
have a fuck up in the past with like, threatening to send lawyers out to Scooter and get you, and that was a fuck up. You won't do it again.
Right. I
Um,
absolutely know that was fucked
but
up.
I also think that I'm willing to give you a second chance, and I'm also willing to try to be add a little more positivity to your life, right?
Right.
Like whenever you message me, I'll get to it when I can. Um,
Right.
and yeah, I don't think you're a bad guy. I think you're a troubled guy. I think you had some things happen to you in the past. They kind of messed you up just a little. But I don't think that
Right.
makes you a bad guy. I think that makes you human.
Right.
Are you lying?
What do you mean am I lying?
No, JC, are you? Is this an act?
No, you would know if I was acting. But
Yeah,
no,
he's a
I'm not
bad
acting.
actor. He's a terrible actor.
Dude, it doesn't seem like it can be fucking real, dude.
Okay, to be fair, we have a lady who said in the Discord. Now I can't even say. I'm not going to say any names. We have a lady in the Discord who was trafficked by George H.W. Bush and she grew up in a bunker under Area 51. That is a story that she told me personally. All right, so you never know what somebody's been through.
Until you walk a mile in somebody else's shoes, you're not going to fully understand.
Exactly. And I wouldn't
Dude, I
wanna
get
wear
that. And I
somebody's shoes.
100% agree with that. But like, there's also a time when you hear a story or multiple stories, and there are so many fucking holes and problems in it that you know something is wrong.
I have to address this because I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't, JC Johnson. But Zeepish says that he's seen you saying you wanted to hug Mike's kids in a chat before.
No, I've never like. Usually, when I say much love and big hugs, that's me showing that I love Mike and his family.
Yeah. Well, because you
As
see them as your
family.
internet family. You've said that before.
Yes,
And
that
and
is
some people
absolutely
think
true.
it's
I see them
weird
as
that
my
you made
family.
a video singing happy birthday to Mike's kid, right?
They've said that they've said that, but the song I wrote for Mikey's little Mikey's birthday was
Little
a
Mikey
birthday song
personally.
to him, telling him happy birthday.
No, stop talking. Do you know little Mikey personally?
I
Have
don't
you
know.
ever met him personally on a point where that would at any point be okay for you to do?
I've never met his kids.
Get the fuck off the internet, dude.
All right, so I think the way to address this, Breadstick, is
No, Twiggy,
people are
you
going to
can't
look at
defend
that.
that.
People who
That
are
is
people are going to look
wrong.
at that like me. I looked at that and I'm like, that's a little weird, right? This is a kid. You shouldn't
That's a
have
lot of
anything.
weird, Twiggy.
You
That's a
shouldn't have
lot of
anything to
weird.
do with somebody else's kid, regardless of how innocent it is, right? Singing happy birthday to somebody else's kid, even though you see that as like maybe a nephew or something like that, right?
Twiggy,
It's weird. And you shouldn't be doing that, all right?
do you want the truth, Twiggy?
I
I'm a
always want the
dad,
truth
dude.
from you because me and you have very different perspectives.
You
So I
want the
always
truth right now? I'm gonna say it in front of JC. I'm a fucking father, dude. And if you did that to my kid, I would go to the ends of the fucking earth to find you.
All right, that I don't know if we can,
I'm not
I
saying that
disagree
I
with
am
you.
going to find him. I am saying that in that situation, if it was my
get that.
child and anyone did that to my child,
I get that.
and that's not just me, I believe that is any parent on this planet, dude. I'm not saying that you are going to hurt children. I am not saying that is your intention. You have been nothing but respectful to me, JC. You have done nothing but show me love. But there is a huge problem with that. And anyone who defends it needs to get off the internet.
Here's my point of view, right? I think it's weird, obviously, right? But I also think there's a difference in social awareness when it comes to like, me and
Like I said,
JC
it's just a
Johnson,
happy birthday song.
you and JC Johnson, right? I think it may have been something that was just supposed to be a nice gesture, but it was weird, and there was a lack of social awareness that caused something like that to happen. Now, here's where the problem comes, right? There's a lot of people who lack social awareness who end up doing something bad that gets them in trouble, right? Because they don't even realize the situation they're getting into, which makes them more dangerous than somebody who does. Because the people who have that understanding and that understanding of the social awareness, right? They have the knowledge of knowing that this is bad to keep them from doing it. Somebody who doesn't have that social awareness might be more dangerous than somebody who is, basically. But I don't think you're that kind of guy.
Like I said, the song that I wrote for little Mikey was just a happy birthday song, just telling him happy birthday.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It's weird.
You should know. Do you know who runs the LCU? There's a man. What's his name?
Killer Keemstar.
And
I have heard.
And he's a father, right?
Mm-hmm.
And didn't some fucking creep on the internet do something to his kid like that, motherfucker?
Yes, but
that is wrong, Twiggy.
Yeah, but that thing was also sexual in nature. Yes.
You can't defend that, dude.
I'm not even defending it. I'm playing devil's advocate.
Ask your wife or your girlfriend or whatever. Reach out the door. Don't put her on camera. You don't even have to record it. Ask her if there is anything fucking right about that.
Breadstick, I am playing devil's advocate. I've been doing it the whole stream.
You can't play devil's advocate.
I can, because if I play devil's advocate and I I for one, if I wasn't playing devil's advocate this whole time, right? The story wouldn't have continued the way that it did, and then you wouldn't have been able to make the points that you did, right? Because having wildly different views on things that are going on, you know, it can help get the story out a little. You know what I'm saying? Dude, you can there's a lot of ways to get stuff out of people.
Right.
But one of
Right.
the most efficient ways to, get a story out of somebody like we're doing with JC Johnson tonight is, just listen. Try to understand, Doesn't mean
Right.
like when you find something that's wrong, point it out. But when there's something that, there can be other perspectives on, try to see all points of view, right? So then offer each point of view and get a different answer based off of that, and then you may get more information. So like with the
Every point of
Mikey
view,
thing, I think it's not okay. I think it's not right, right? But also, I don't think that with JC right here, there was any negative intention there. I don't think he was doing it to be a creep. I think he was just doing it because he thought it was a good gesture, not understanding how other
Dude, I
people would
think
see
he's
that.
a predator that's gonna actually go out and try and hurt Mike. No, I don't. I don't think he's that type of person.
I don't
But
think he's
he
a
is
predator.
giving off that vibe, and either he is lying, or if every story he is told is even somewhat true, bro,
What
he
JC
needs
needs is
serious help.
What he needs is he needs to, continue talking to his counselor, but he also needs to surround himself with good people who care, right? Because
Absolutely.
sometimes when you do have, I'm going to be kind of blunt with you, JC. You seem like you may have a little bit of social issues, right? And there's nothing wrong with that, you know.
Hmm.
Like, and I have a bit of an understanding of this. My brother has autism, right? And there's times where he
Hmm.
would almost do something, something dumb. Like he saw a little display at a Mexican restaurant while he was like 13, dude. Of the little candies at the register, he thought it was free. He thought you were supposed to take them on your way out because they were at the door. I had to stop him, right? But I,
Right.
I think that what you need is you need somebody to hang around you, be a good influence, almost like a mentor, but as a friend, nothing more than that. Who can kind of be
Accountability
your
partner?
yeah, an
Where have we heard
accountability
about
partner.
that before?
Yeah, he needs somebody that will accountability partners are everywhere. It's not just prison, buddy. But you need somebody to be your
We
conscience,
we
right? Somebody who sees the world differently than you do to help guide you, right? That's what
Right.
I think.
Right.
Yeah. That way, nothing, I don't think you would do anything bad, right? But whenever you are gonna do something, talk to me about it, right?
Right.
Ask me
Right.
if it's a good idea, and if it's not, I'll tell you, no, this isn't a good idea. And if there's anything that's like wild, right? I'm
Hmm.
definitely gonna, have a talk with you about that and be like, hey, this is not okay. This is why it's not okay. All right.
talk with him about a lot of stuff, dude.
Look, me and Breadstick can be that guy for you.
I don't know about me, man. I don't know.
Well, that's okay. I
God
got you. I
damn.
got you, JC.
Right.
But it's
Well,
113.
like
We
I
gotta.
said, I don't, what breadsticks is trying to make me out to be. Like I said, I do not like kids in
No,
the way
no,
people
no,
are
no,
trying to
no,
make me
no,
out to be
no. I'm
because I
not.
have never
I'm
done
not.
anything like that.
I have no evidence of that. I mean, no disrespect, and I am not
I don't
trying
talk
to
shit.
say that. I'm saying that your stories you're saying don't make sense, and everything you say is making it incredibly worse.
It is a little, I think there have been some things tonight that were definitely, um, weird, right? But I don't think there's anything that you've done out there that, we should be putting any labels on you, right? I don't think there's anything like that. I think, there's just, there's some.
Have there been more issues? Like, be honest with me, guys.
No, we've covered pretty much everything that we know of.
Pretty much.
There might be something out there we don't know
Wait,
about, and it's just if there's anything out there, it's just a matter of time before it comes out, right? And when it comes
I
out,
hope
we,
it
we can
comes
address it
out. I
where it
mean,
is, right? But like
Right.
with things as they are right now, we can the main goal from this whole stream and this whole little get together is to get more of an understanding of who JC Johnson is as a person. This is somebody
And
who's been in
and
our
I'm
chat for
definitely
a
get to know
good
more.
long time. So we just want to get an
Right.
understanding of who you are. You've been asking to come on for a while, so we finally did it. And the goal is just,
Right.
get to know you, get to know about you, and get to know what kind of person you are, right? But
Right.
here's the thing, right? It's not for me or
Mhm.
Breadstick to decide what kind of person you are or who we think you are, what we've observed from you, right? Do you know whose
Mhm.
job that is tonight?
Who?
It's the chats. They're the people who are going to be, taken away,
Right.
They're the people who are going to be coming away with this, with an opinion of who you are, right? Me and Breadstick as well. But our job is to,
Right.
talk to you and get to know you. The
Right.
chat is going to be the ones who decide who you are.
And I kind of want to know what the chat, what they think and how they feel about me, and stuff.
It's
I
it's
mean,
mixed. You're getting support, but you're getting people with a lot of questions, right?
right.
So there's a little bit of both, and that's just, that's not abnormal. Me and Breadstick every day we go live. We got people who like us and people who don't like us, right? But if we ever do
Right, and
something
that's
bad or
normal.
we fuck up, guess who's going to be the people who hold us accountable for that?
And that would be the chat.
Can I say something quick? Because I feel like this could go real bad. I don't want anyone to go after this guy in
Mm-mm.
chat or Discord or anything. I
No.
don't want anything like that, and I'm gonna put that out there because I see a lot of people saying that I made valid points and stuff. Like something's off. Please don't go after him. I have no proof of anything I've said. Just because the dude creeps me out and there might be valid reasons does not mean he's a bad person. I hope and pray he proves me wrong. Talking to him, he's been nothing but respectful to me. He's shown nothing but love. Like I want to put that out there. I do not hate you. There's just a lot of stuff that throws me.
And look, Fernando just commented. His life has been rough and a lot of bad things have happened to him. I've always looked out for him since I met him and he just needs some guidance. I agree. I think you just need some guidance, right? I think
And
you
I
need
agree
somebody
with
out
my
there to,
friend.
help you out. And as I said, be your accountability. Well, I don't even necessarily like to even use the word accountability partner. I think you need to have somebody out there to be your living conscience, right?
Like my Jiminy Cricket, as far as
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
that does the
Exactly. Yeah, yeah.
Pinocchio movie.
Exactly, dude. You need somebody to be your Jiminy Cricket. But
Yeah.
I think it's time to end it. I have so much more I want to, get into. And
Right.
depending on how things go, maybe we'll have you back on in the future. But usually we have to run a pretty tight shift out here, and we're required to do it in the Discord, right? So
Right.
this is kind of
I
a little
absolutely.
offshoot thing that we kind of just did, right? But it's not a normal
Right.
thing we can do. But I'll let you. Who should have their
Can
final words
can
first? I
we
think
talk
I'll
for
let
a
you have
bit
your
quick,
final words
Twiggy?
first, JC Johnson, before we have you leave the call.
Okay. Well, Twiggy, it was actually a pleasure meeting you.
A
Like
pleasure,
I'm
yes,
I'm
sir.
actually glad to meet you, bro. And
Likewise.
Breadsticks, I do think you're a pretty cool dude.
Mhm.
I do like you.
Heck, man,
As a
there's a
friend,
lot
I
of stuff
really
that
do.
throws me, but like I said, I hope you prove me wrong. Hope somehow. I hope no evidence ever comes out about anything, and I hope you prove me wrong.
And I think Breadsticks, the reason he reacted the way that he did, it is solely because he cares, right? He cares
Hmm.
deeply. He's a very caring person. He loves people, but he also doesn't want to see people hurt people, right? So that's where all of this came from. But
Well, I
with
assure
that,
you guys, I wouldn't ever hurt anyone.
I know you wouldn't. And if you ever do, we'll have to deal with that when it happens, and I'll be very disappointed in you. Um,
Right, and I would
and
see,
and I
and
know
I
you
could
don't
see
want,
that.
and it wouldn't just be me. Mike would be disappointed in you. Tina would be disappointed in you, right?
Right.
So we gotta make
I wish
sure
I
that we
had met
follow the
Tina, and I
straight and
wish I had
narrow.
met Mike.
But and maybe in the future, right? Who knows?
Right.
Maybe one day we'll get bored and we'll just do it again, and because we don't have anything else we can talk about. Because usually we gotta cover actual topics and stuff like that. But tonight I wanted
Right.
to have a cheat day. Marcelino Salas, I hope I pronounced that right, for 199 says
That's the friend of
JC.
mine.
I bet it is, man. He seems to like you. JC is a good guy. He's only ever helped me. You got a lot of love from the people who know you in real life, right? So
Yep.
that might say something about you, right? But
Yep.
I think
Yep.
I think I need to continue and end the stream, right? So I appreciate you
Hmm.
being here. I
It's been a
enjoyed the
pleasure
stream.
being here.
Yes, sir. And I look forward to seeing you in the chats. But
Of
you have a good one.
course.
I'm going to let you go. And I look
All
forward to
right.
talking to you in the future. Peace out, brother.
Peace out.
and I can't kick you, so you
So
you'll have to disconnect.
If I
it
need
on
to
your
hang
own.
up, I can hang up.
Yeah, you'll have to hang
Yeah.
up. I can't get you out of here.
Okay, I'll hang up.
Did I thought I read all the small donations. Hold up, let me see if there's anything I missed real quick.
Okay.
All right,
You and I need
Breadstick.
to
I'm sorry for
talk.
putting you through that.
We need to talk.
Oh, I know we do, and we can do it. I mean, we can do it here or we can do it later. But dude,
Whenever you want, bro. I am so uncomfortable.
I bet. But I don't want you to say I don't want you to say anything that you might regret, even though I
No, I'm
don't
not
think you
going to.
will.
I will hold true with what I said,
All
dude.
right.
JC has been nothing but nice and respectful to me. He has never wronged me in any way, and I will stick through with that.
Apparently, he
But
said
you
his
can't
older man was
honest.
a victim. That's what
I
Tech
get
said for
that. Like
$2.
I totally with that, and I hope nothing ever comes out. I hope he is genuinely just that good person that his friends say he is, and the person that he shows to be. But his stories make no sense,
Oh yeah,
dude.
well, you got to remember, Breadstick. One of the things we've known about J.C. Johnson since the beginning is, up here. He's a little different than us, which is
Yeah, but
why,
in
which
what
is
way,
why,
man?
I mean,
In what
I
way?
don't know. I just know he's a little, his brain, it's not operating the same way our brains operate, to put it lightly, right? But he's wanted to come on. I figured, why not do it? Why not get to know him? I didn't know what was going to come from that, right? I tried to handle it the best way I could, while also, if one of the things I've learned about talking to people who you may suspect something of, which I didn't suspect anything of him, maybe other than, maybe he went and met somebody in real life, right? But
When we
whenever I'm
started, I
conducting these
didn't, but
conversations, I've got to be as trustworthy and friendly as possible, which I do like JC Johnson, so that wasn't a problem, right? But the last thing I want
yeah,
to do is, jump to a conclusion before I have the evidence to do that. Which with him, I really don't think that he's. I don't. I from what I've seen, which it's been very limited. I don't know him personally, right? But I've talked to him a lot, because I'm just trying to, you know, be a positive influence. Not even influence, just be a positive aspect of his life, right? From talking to him, I haven't seen. I
but
don't think he'd harm a fly. I think he's just a lot of
can you
talk.
not tell me that the things he said were fucking weird, though, man?
Well, yeah, but that comes with some of the issues that he has, right?
Nah, man. I got a cousin with Down syndrome and stuff, bro, and there's a point where it's too much. There's a
He's.
point where you gotta worry, dude.
I mean, maybe you're right, dude. And if you are, I'll definitely say you are when it comes to something. But
Dude, I pray to God, that it never comes to that
I
point.
don't think
I
it
want
will,
him to
man.
prove me wrong so bad.
I mean, I don't think it will. I think he's a troubled guy. He hasn't had the best life, and on top of that, maybe being blind isn't his own disability, right? Maybe there's mental stuff going on there. I mean, he's a well-spoken guy. He can get his words out pretty well. You know, whenever I've texted him, he's got a good vocabulary. But maybe just the way he thinks, maybe it's not up to par with where we are, right? Zeepish says you also trusted Jethro, Twiggy. Look what happened to him. Jethro is a very different situation. The reason I made Jethro mod was to get more information out of him. I turned over the information that I had. At like a while ago, was told it wasn't enough, so I kept on digging.
Are we making JC a
Stuff,
mod?
stuff came out about Jethro, and it took a lot longer than I wanted it to. But with JC, that's not. I've never gotten that vibe from JC because Jethro said some weird things early on, right? So I was like, okay, that's weird. All right, I need to kind of talk to him, get to know him, and see where this goes. And it ended up going exactly where I thought it would go. So I turned it all over. Right? He's
Hey,
gone.
can I ask you a question, Twiggy?
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know the history with this dude.
Hmm.
Am I the first host that has came out and said something like this, or is there more people? Is
Well,
this
if
been?
I'm being blunt, right? A lot of the hosts have just come out and said he's retarded, right? They've immediately dismissed
I
him because they
don't.
say he's retarded. I don't think that. I think there's a lot more to him than people think. I just think that with what's happened in the past, there's a lot of trauma that's there. Who
I
knows
think there
what?
is too. I
Yeah.
think he needs help. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, I think he's genuinely a good person.
He's a
But
troubled person, right? But does that mean he has any
yeah,
negative intentions, right?
no,
Because
it
you can be
doesn't.
troubled. You can have the worst life ever. You could be,
Oh, dude, I look at
you could be
me.
you could be
Uh,
the ultimate, how do I put
It's
that? I'm gonna put
just
this in a very stupid way, but you could be the ultimate victim, bro, right? Doesn't mean that you're gonna end up becoming, repeating that cycle. But I think
no.
that
I get that, man. It's just his stories and everything. It seemed like he was lying, like he was trying to embellish it, and it was fucking with me really bad
I mean maybe
because
maybe
they
he
were like,
is, dude, right? And I and not maybe, I'm trying to be as, I'm not trying to be biased, right? Because my bias will go the opposite way. But dude, a lot of people who have problems in their life, especially childhood problems, and just like if those problems never stop, and he sounds like he's been, through a lot of shit his whole life, right? And some of these stories I know they're true. I've
yeah,
seen I've seen evidence, right? When that happens, sometimes you try to embellish. That way you can make up for the negativity in your life. You can try to give yourself something positive. That way, it outweighs the negativity for you, or it's something you find comfort in, right? So I
no,
think
I get
that,
that.
and I
I
know, I
fully
know
get what
that
you're saying.
with,
It's just
like, is he parasocial with Mike and Tina? Obviously. All right. That's something that's never been debated. All right. There wasn't even a need to get into that too much tonight, asking him, if he's parasocial. We know he is, right? But we also know the reasons why he is. All right. He had a hard life, and that was something that made his life easier. So it's something that he built an emotional connection to. Does that make it okay? No, no. We've talked to him about like how he needs to kind of ease back with this stuff, right? Like these are people online. These are not people you know in person. All right? That needs to be treated differently. All right? There's nothing wrong with being a fan of somebody, right? But when you start to
that's
act like that
fine.
person knows you, or that person's, you know,
Well, like you could turn it all around. I could probably have pushed everything off until he said that thing about fucking the birthday song or whatever. That's
there's
the
a reason
point
I
where
there's a reason I saved that for the end.
yeah, that's too much, man.
That's why I saved it for the end, and I definitely wasn't defending it. I was trying to get more information about it. Um,
Yeah,
uh,
that's.
all right. So one of the
I'm
reasons I
sorry,
don't,
bro. I lost
let
it.
me put this as like in a way. Let me give you a little more context to why like I don't think J.C. Johnson is like is like gonna harm anybody, right? I just don't. From everything that I've talked to him about, and I've asked him a lot more deeper questions off stream than I have on stream, stuff that I wouldn't even ask on stream because it's just, really there wasn't any reason to ask it. I just need to make sure, there wasn't anything like that in his past. But before I did this, before I did this whole YouTube thing, which is something that I just kind of got thrown into and I love it, right? I used to do troll streams on TikTok. I used to just troll people. I used to just hop into their live streams and mess with them to the point where it got where I found somebody on TikTok who was clearly, a creep. There would be girls in his chat. He was a 40-something-year-old man. There would be girls in his chat who he'd be communicating with, right? And he would tell them to, follow him, follow him. They could follow each other back so they could become friends and message. All right? Clearly that's a problem. No matter who you are, 40-year-old messaging little girls, obviously that's a big problem. This guy needs to, even if he hasn't done anything yet, this guy needs to be kept away from society, right? So that he can't do anything. Well, I ended up, having a conversation with him on stream. It only took one stream where I was, talking to him like I was his friend. And I was able to get him to admit to everything, right? With JC Johnson, there's not anything to admit that I know of. And if there is, there's no way I would know about it. I haven't even gotten the idea that there would be something like that, right? I just know that he's a little parasocial, a very parasocial. And that was what I wanted to talk about tonight. I didn't know about any of the trauma that he had as a kid. And I did know about his second husband beating him. That's something he's talked about in the chats, right? But
Yeah,
I
no,
used
I
to I
have
used
no
to
doubt that he was victimized with.
after that one guy I exposed streaming, I turned all of the info that I got because I got some bad stuff from him. I sent it all over to the feds. I've done that with about I think 16 people before my account was taken down. And so like that used to be something I would do frequently. Is basically what a smaller version of what Alex Roseman's doing or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Stuff
Well,
like that. I used to expose predators.
I'm gonna put it this way, Twig. I trust your judgment here.
I'm hoping I'm right. I'm hoping the guy is,
I hope you are too.
because
Because
I
that
like
made me
him.
so uncomfortable. I really didn't think
I
he would ever get me to crash out, bro. But that was horrible.
I understand. I just with him, I'm hoping to see his life get better. I'm hoping to see him work out some of his
I
issues
hope
because
so too.
I like him, dude. Whenever I talk to him, he just seems like such a nice guy. You
Yeah,
see,
he's
because you have this,
genuinely nice.
yeah, because I had this
Like,
idea of who he was based off of the YouTube chats. All right, I thought he was gonna be like you. I thought we weren't even gonna be able to have a conversation with him, but he was very easy to talk to. He was very articulate. It was very different than what I expected. I just wasn't expecting some of those bombs to be dropped on us.
if you would have brought the happy birthday thing up early on, I would have dropped out.
I know you would have. That's why I
Yeah,
didn't
that
bring
was
it up. That's why I waited. But also, if he doesn't know that that's weird, somebody needs to help him know that that's weird, right? That way he doesn't do it in the future.
I gotta be
Some
careful how
people, some people do not have the same awareness we have. Doesn't mean they're going to do something bad, right? Some of those people also don't have the same
Yeah.
awareness we have, which is the reason they do things that are bad. But there's a difference between singing a happy birthday song to somebody and then trying to show up to that kid's birthday party, right? One of those is weird, all right? And I can see why somebody who may not have, be in the same mental state or level that I am
totally knew where Michael was, bro.
do what?
When he was telling that story, he knew right where Michael was.
And maybe
Probably
he
had
did.
fucking GPS coordinates.
But if he's being serious and he's being truthful and he knows that it's wrong to show up, right? I hear where people are all the time on Twitter, right? We all know where Boogie lives. Anybody can just pull up to Boogie's house. All of us know. Well, you can Google it, but all of us know that that's not okay to pull up to Boogie's house. We may know where he lives. Doesn't mean we're gonna pull up to his house. Now, I will pull up to Boogie's house one day.
But you
That's
got to
guaranteed.
understand with this dude, either he doesn't know that or the people he associates with don't know that.
Well, maybe the people he was associating were the ones who knew that, knew where Mike was and were trying to get him to go because they thought it'd be funny. There was some context that we didn't get, and it was pretty hard to get the context because we were getting the same answer over and over again. Right? They're saying
it's just
JC
really
lives at the School of the
confusing.
Blind. I don't think so. I think he lives with his family.
Yeah, it sounds like he lives with his family, and from what he brought up about them, it sounds like they genuinely care.
Oh, wait, never mind. They're saying he
Like-
lives somewhere where the people who are visually impaired get help. And I know he has a counselor. I've talked about this is my first time ever talking to him over a call, by the way. I've only talked to him over text. So I've never
We should have kept it that way, bro. I liked him better.
Yeah, well, I think that it was, if this is going to be somebody who's, has some notoriety in our little community here, I think that and he's that prevalent and he does have a pass, I think we need to know about it, right? If we're going to keep on shouting him out.
I think there needs to be more work done, but I don't.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there needs to be more work done, right? Very clearly, but at the same time, maybe tonight, maybe him being up here and having this conversation, and maybe it brought a little more reality to how weird some of his actions are, right? Maybe it helped.
So
And maybe it didn't. That's not on us.
I've been genuinely scared of somebody. I feel bad saying that, dude. But to
I
creep me
understand.
out-
I understand, dude. I'm not holding anything against you. I don't have any issue with anything you've done tonight, other than maybe that one thing you said where it kind of seemed like you were throwing a label on him, right? But that doesn't mean
and
I
that's
have an
why I
issue with
immediately
you.
retracted, because I
I
understand how that came
yeah,
off, and I'm at
yeah.
I don't think.
No, I get that 100%, but I don't have.
Yeah.
No, we know you wouldn't do anything bad to anyone you care about.
Yeah,
But the
I
problem
don't
is, what if
think
you
you
don't care
were
about them, right,
JC? I
JC
think-
Johnson? That we don't want you to do anything bad to anybody.
No, what
But-
I honestly think is I think there's a mental disconnect there somewhere that needs help, and I think
and he's
if he's got a counselor,
getting the
and stuff,
help.
I think Yeah, I was gonna say, I think he's genuinely getting the help.
And like and like what Marcelino and is saying in the chat for 199 is his ex had beaten him up and it was awful. Another person saying that he was left on the side of the road. Like he's had some bad shit happen to him.
Yeah.
And like these are people who know him who are saying this, right? So I'm sure they know more about him than we do, right? But
Well, like I said, JC, I pray it's wrong and that my judgment is bad because I really like you from when you've talked to me. You
And,
seem
like-
like a genuinely good person.
and
stuff.
John
It's just, like,
Adams is saying I'm allegedly his friend. Okay, the allegedly part's kind of funny. And I didn't even know about the birthday song. I would have advised him not to post it or post it as a general song, not a happy birthday, you know? But even making a song for a kid, weird, bro. Don't do that shit. Because then you're going to deal with some stuff that you probably don't want to deal with, and rightfully so. But he
Yeah.
also says he is naive about some real world social aspects. And I get that, right? I understand that. Which is why, like, you know, I'm trying to be a little more, not lenient, right? But just try to be understanding. But also that helps me get more info out because, you know, because there's a trust there, right? That trust is important when it comes to, you know, talking to somebody and getting their story. They're not going to tell you things if they don't trust you, breadstick. But
That was uncomfortable, man.
Kristen
I don't think I
Kristen
wanted
Kiley
to know
says
it.
you were very diplomatic. I used to get paid to talk with my words. I just don't like to put a lot of thought into what I'm saying, which is why I act like an idiot on live streams. It's more fun. But yeah, no, it was weird. It was uncomfortable, right? But
sweating.
also, right?
Dude, no, wait,
It's
hold
the
up.
real world,
My
dog.
wife came in and told me to get the fuck off the stream, bro.
Yeah. She wanted me to
'Cause I
kick
was
you out,
about
but I
to
thought she was
lose
saying
it,
kick JC
man.
Johnson. No,
she was
I
saying
get it.
kick me. She was saying
Breadstick.
to kick me.
I know, breadstick. Regardless, even if you crashed out tonight, you did fantastic, brother. All right? You did
I
great.
feel bad though, man, because
Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. He holds nothing against you. All right?
no, but I can't see him the same way. You don't get it, like
That's fine, and maybe that's for the best, right? Because then that helps you
I hope he proves
play
me
the
wrong. I hope he
opposite
proves
role
me
and
wrong.
holding him accountable, right?
Yep, I hope
It's
everyone can
yeah.
find ways to prove me wrong
And
about
you
it.
played
'Cause-
your role perfectly tonight. All right?
all right.
Perfectly. And you didn't even know you were playing a role.
I didn't know what you told me. What?
We're doing an interview. We're doing an interview, and just like let's treat it like an interview. Let's get to know him, right? You did fucking fantastic.
That was insane, dude.
You know, it was almost like a good cop, bad cop type of thing, you know? I give you it, you know, that one part, you know, where you know, I
I'm
give you an
sorry.
A. I don't give you an A plus, but I give you an A.
Yeah, no, I fucked up, but like I hope you can see, like with I worded what I was trying to word wrong because I
No,
was
I understand.
flustered, dude, and I do apologize to JC
Breadstick.
for that because he's
Breadstick.
never given me.
I was flustered. I've been when it comes to like
I
dude,
tried.
you don't understand
I
you don't
tried to
understand
calm
the
down,
shit that
dude.
you don't understand the shit that I've like learned about people just like, you know, talking to them like that. Like this is nothing, dude. I have had to turn people over to the federal government. All right?
That's how you made
Because
Mike fucking crash out, huh?
if not, then I would have gotten in trouble because of the things that I witnessed. It was horrible, vile stuff. I want to see those people, you know, executed. Like no joke, right? But also, you know, they're gone now. That's good.
Yep.
But like I don't get that vibe from him. I wasn't even gonna try to dig for anything like that, right? It would have felt wrong to just start digging, you know, for stuff that I have
I was
no.
trying to avoid it, man, but he
Yeah.
kept talking, and it's like, no, it's not
Yeah,
right.
no, bro, you spoke, dude, you stayed real with it. All right, that's why you're here. All right, because I'm always gonna be a little bit of a joker, but also one of the hardest parts about working with me, and you know this, is that regardless of how I'm feeling, right, I'm going to portray myself differently on screen. I'm going to keep it together. That's the one skill that I bring to the table that not a lot of people can do. It doesn't matter what situation I'm in. I will always stay calm. And even if I'm flustered, I'm not going to show it, all right?
God,
You
I can't.
You can't. And that's good. If we were both like that, the
dude.
show would get nowhere, dude. That's why this is a great dynamic. I'm happy to be working with you.
Dude, I'm gonna have nightmares when I try to sleep
All
tonight.
right.
Now.
Well, if you can't sleep, dude, like I can stay up and play a game and we can like talk. But I hope you
I
can get
got, I
some
gotta
sleep.
try and sleep, man.
I know we both
Tomorrow's
gotta
my day
work
off,
tomorrow.
You work tomorrow?
Oh, I work every weekday, bro.
Oh, well, I'm off.
And it's
'cause I
Veterans
worked
Day, but
last
I still
weekend.
have to work because my company.
You know what today is? Hey, we need to say something. Oh fuck, that was yesterday technically.
Well, let's just say it anyway.
Happy birthday to the United States Marine Corps. 250. I think it's 250th.
Happy birthday to the United States Marine Corps. To change the subject a little, breadstick. These are my new glasses I was telling you about.
Yeah,
They're
I've seen them. They were
sick.
cool.
They're sick. All right. These are my new favorite glasses. And my Ray-Bans don't hold a cake to these things. These things look
Are those pretty durable?
durable. They don't bend, right? I already sat on them on accident because I forgot they were, there. They're polarized, so I can't see you right now. It blocks out all the light from the screen. $40. And then
It's always the cheap
for
ones,
my
man.
for my Elvis costume, I got these, which were like $16. But bro, these the wig and a suit.
Yeah,
these
I
are
like the way those ones look.
Yeah, these are cheaper. They're not polarized, so I can actually wear them and see you. It's great. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're gonna end the stream. I think we've done enough. It's been a weird night. But
Yes, it
I thank
has.
everybody for the support. Sorry if there was any questions that we with the MMA questions.
Yeah, I'm
Heck, we
sorry.
asked it, we didn't get an answer out of it. I asked it twice. But yeah, I had fun. It was weird. It's one of the most real streams I've ever done, where we're getting into a little bit of the darkness of the world with somebody who's actually telling us their story. How much of the story is true? I mean, we can all come to different conclusions, right? And maybe even if it isn't true, it's true to him. And while that's there's an issue with that. It doesn't mean the things he's feeling aren't real. And that's one of the things that I've come to understand about, people who have been through a lot in their life, Sometimes because of trauma, your brain will make up a story without you even realizing it. And now this is your reality, and you still have the feelings that came with that, right? I don't think that with him. I think a lot of what he told us is true. Like a lot of the stuff that happened between him and his exes in the past, I think that's, there's a lot of reality to that. I've seen some of the reality of that.
And there was a lot of people that seemed to actually know
Yeah.
him that were saying that stuff is true. I don't doubt that.
But this is also what I want for the show, dude. I want us to be able to cover, like true crime one day, LCU drama another day. Maybe cover like a Lolcow like Nova Online. But I also wanted us to have interviews with people, and
This fits all four of the things you just mentioned, possibly, man.
it does. Damn it, breadstick. Fuck you. But yeah, no, JC Johnson, I believe you. It's just, a lot of people won't believe you. And that's, maybe that's on
Yeah, I
them.
don't deny what you said you went through, JC. I really don't. I think you went through those things. I believe you on that. And
Yeah.
there were other people definitely backing you up that those things happened.
And sometimes the hardest part about doing an interview with somebody is leaving, trying to leave your opinion out of it, right? Because sometimes if you go in too hard first, you've lost the person you're interviewing. They're gone. The pressure becomes too real. Regardless of who I've ever interviewed in the past and how awful of a person they are, I don't think JC's an awful person, but I have interviewed some awful people. Regardless of who this person is, my first goal is to make them comfortable in the interview, right? And it's not even for them. It's for the people watching and to get the truth out.
You made me so uncomfortable.
A lot of
You
the
were
techniques,
definitely not interviewing me.
a lot of the techniques that I use in interviews, I learned because my cousin he used to work for I'm not gonna say how where, but he used to work for a police department. Ended up being a detective, and he used to tell me all kinds of stories about people he would interrogate and how he would get them to admit information. And an interview is
Probably
not
good
too
at his
different from an
job then.
interrogation, right? So I got to learn a little bit of that. Plus, like watching people, online conduct interviews, both like podcasters, but not only podcasters, but when it comes to talking to some of these like, these weirdos out there, not JC Johnson, right? But some of these weirdos out there, you gotta treat it like it's an interrogation, but it's an interview.
I didn't know that's the situation I was getting into, man. Like, I know now I will always, if you ever say something, we're looking into something, I'm going to do some fucking research before I show
Well,
up.
no, I mean I don't think that I don't even know if the show would have been as good because at the end of the day, it's still a show, right?
That's true.
So I don't know if it would
And
have been as
every other time I fucking just went with it because it's genuine.
That's when we get your best reactions from you is when they're genuine. I don't want you to have to put on an act or act like information's.
Yeah, that's just
'cause
crazy.
when it's
man.
two of us, right? One of us needs to present the information, and it can be either way. If there's anything you ever want to talk about, you know that you can.
Yeah.
And now the docket team's there. I try to see what I can do on my own, and if I need help, not on my own, but with you, and if I need help, then I'll get the docket team. And usually, you have like a transcript of what we're going to talk about before a live stream, right? You don't have the
Somewhat, yeah,
actual info, but we have to show like what we're going to talk about throughout the show to get approval.
Yeah.
I forgot to do that shit tonight. I was busy.
Yeah,
So we
dude,
kinda
that made
just-
it even worse. I had no idea what was going on. Other than
better.
Dude.
Breadstick, your reactions were real. All right. That's what people want to see when they're watching shows. They want to see real reactions. They don't want to see somebody like, dude, if it was just me the whole time, right? Obviously, I'm not like,
How do you keep a straight face?
what do you mean? I almost cracked a few times there.
You can't tell me it didn't make you uncomfortable.
I did. But here's the
That's
thing.
crazy. You are built different.
I
Twiggy.
feed off of that, okay? If I'm uncomfortable, I'm doing, like especially when it comes to conducting an interview, if I'm uncomfortable, I'm doing something right. Because that means
Dude, we're
I'm
gonna
getting
go
to
far.
something.
We're gonna take this far, man.
If we don't get shut down after tonight, we're going far.
Why did we get shut down tonight?
But yeah, JC, you don't even need to defend yourself, man, in the chat.
No, you're good, JC. Like
You're
I said,
good.
I will defend JC on this one. Yes, I said some things and I brought some things up. And if you're uncomfortable or you feel he's creepy, you have the right to feel that way. But there is no evidence.
I mean, only way we
saying
can
that
form
you-
our opinion on somebody is based off of what we know about them, right? Because
Yeah.
I've heard tons of shit about people in the LCU that's not true, right? And I know it's not true. But if I base
Scooter
my
really
opinion,
does like men, though.
do what?
That is true. Scooter really does
Yeah,
like men.
yeah.
That is 100% true.
But gosh, let me think of an example, like just a pretty baseline example. Like when they were saying back in the day, if that Rastov punched babies, stupidest example I can give, right? If I actually thought Rastov punched babies, and I didn't have any proof of it though, but if I thought that because of what somebody was saying, I'd treat Rastov differently. All right?
Yeah.
So I have to go off of what I know
He
about
looks the
somebody.
type, though.
He does look like the type.
Yeah.
But
You
yeah,
should
I
tell
think
Mr. Rastov about it.
it was a W show. I think it's probably one of the best shows we've done together.
That was intense, man. It went
was
by
intense.
like
It flew by.
Dude, I'm sorry. I still feel bad, dude. I lost it, man. I feel bad.
Don't feel bad, man. Dude, like one of the things that shows like, maybe how like, how nice of a guy he is the way he was, reacting to
That's
he
one thing I
understood.
just did. A lot of people would have gotten really angry when I
Mhm.
came off the way I did, and he didn't.
Yeah, so you
And he even seemed like he understood why I was thinking the way I was. Like
Yeah.
so,
I don't
and
think
that's
he's
why
a
I think
dumb
he is
guy. I
getting
think
the
he's
help he
misunderstood.
needs. Yeah, that's why I think he is actually talking to a counselor and he's being honest with that
Mhm.
because it's like he understood why I have the views I do. And it takes a lot to see that.
It looks like your wife's ready to go to bed, man. She says it'll fly by for you, but not your wife.
What will?
And I hope she's not mad at me for this,
Nah, she's all right.
Like sometimes you
What
gotta
did you
feel
say?
something real on a stream. Sometimes that lets people know a little bit of who you are, right? That's not a bad thing.
It fly by for you, but not. I gotta ask her what she meant. But
Hey,
anyways, man,
peace
you
out,
better
brother.
call
You
it
go to
a night.
bed. I'm going
Yeah,
to
you
bed too.
too,
I'm just
man.
gonna give some closing statements.
All right, sounds good. Talk to you later, man.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. I appreciate you
Yep,
being here as always.
yep. And I
Peace
love you,
out, brother.
JC. I think you're a good person. I hope nothing ever changes that opinion from this point.
Dude, here's what
Have a
we're
good
gonna
one.
do, right? We're gonna hold you accountable, JC. All right? We're gonna keep an eye on you and make sure, that you're living up to your word. I believe in you. I don't think you're gonna do anything wild again. I think you learn from the past. And I think, based off of what I've said or what we've talked about tonight, besides, you defending the person who you were the victim to, and I think that's important, right? I don't think you've done anything tonight that, has shown that you're a bad person, right? And I don't think that does. I worded that very poorly. I forgot the point I was going to make, but, I don't think you're out here trying to hurt anybody. I don't think you're out here trying to spread any, negativity. I think you just get a little lost in the sauce when it comes to, how seriously you take this internet stuff. And my biggest piece of advice to you, and something that may make you a little happier, is don't take it so seriously, man. I mean, there's nothing wrong with supporting Mike and wanting him to be successful, but it may be a good idea to back off a little bit and just let him do his thing. And if he wants to reach out to you, he can do that. But it's probably best for these people to reach out to you first. But yeah, I think it was a good show. But yeah, I'm ready to go to bed. So y'all have a great night. And